This is Derek Engler. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison. This is Owen Dimple with your Sports Center update, brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, more spins, more wins, more fun. The Milwaukee Brewers couldn't complete the sweep in Los Angeles yesterday, despite having Jacob Mizorowski pitch 7 innings with 10 strikeouts. It's the 10th game this season where Miz collected at least 10 strikeouts, which is the most in a season by a Brewers pitcher. The crew struggled on offense to piece anything together, and all it took was a 2-run homer allowed by Miz for the Angels to win 3-0. Milwaukee finishes their West Coast road trip with a 3-3 record, and now the Brewers return home tonight to face the Pittsburgh Pirates. First pitch is scheduled for 6:40 p.m. right here on 100.5 ESPN. Madison's home of the Brewers. But before first pitch tonight, the MLB trade deadline is at 5 p.m. Central Time. And will the Brewers add to their roster for an end-of-season push for a World Series? They already lost on Tarik Skubal, who was traded to the Los Angeles Dodgers Saturday night, but still other names to keep an eye on. Head on over to ESPN.com to read all the latest trade deadline intel. Wilde and Tausch starts now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Our very first guest in the history of Wilde and Tausch, which will be, I'm sure, a long and distinguished history.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Aaron Rodgers, give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do here?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say daily 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
And then what happens?
No, then Tausch kind of bows out.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It is the Monday edition. The Chad Hopper edition? Wow. I knew this was a big day edition. The ESPN Madison Open live from TPC Wisconsin in conjunction with a great charitable cause, Paul's Party, which we're really excited about. They are some great people doing some great things, as we talked about late last week on the show edition. I'm just going to sit here and let Jesse vent publicly about the trade market and where certain players are going, where certain players are not going, and how he feels about his Milwaukee Brewers and his good personal friend Craig Counsell's Cubs edition. And lots to catch up on with the Packers. They have their first padded practice of training camp today. We will somehow survive without me being there, but lots to catch up on with them edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course everything you need on the amazing, incredible ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde, normally in Green Bay, today at TPC Wisconsin for the ESPN Madison Open. Mark Tauscher remains on assignments, scheduled to reappear a week from today.
That's the plan.
So our cousin sub of the day, cousin subs we believe in better for Tausch, is once again Jesse.
Hey, what's up, Jason?
And our cousin sub of the day for Jesse in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios is Owen Dimful. Owen, good morning.
Snap.
How are you, buddy?
Morning, guys. I wish I could be golfing today, but we're stuck here doing Jesse's job.
Gorgeous day out here. Oh, and you should get out here when you get a chance. Oh, it's amazing out here.
I see roughly 20 ESPN Madison teammates all in black golf polos. Is there anyone at the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios other than you?
Not that I've
Are
seen
you a
so
man
far.
alone on an island?
I think I'm alone.
That's kind of what I figured.
I can't think of anyone else that works here that isn't here except for Owen.
I think I'm alone now. Well, we appreciate you stepping into Jesse's role today. Now, Jesse, just to be clear,
Yes, sir.
how many more programs are you hosting this week?
This is the last one. This, as of now, I mean, things can evolve and change around here.
Sure,
As we know.
we know that for certain.
Doors are constantly opening, but as of now, today is my final day, slated to be in this seat as the cousin sub of the day out here at TPC Wisconsin for the ESPN Madison Open. We've got a great cast that we have scheduled to appear, more along the lines of Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas, like he was on Friday, and less along the lines of me throughout the rest of the week.
So you had one stint in the producer's role on Thursday, and it was and you seemed to struggle a bit.
It was tough.
Off your game.
I've taken week-long vacation. I went on a cruise a year or two ago. I went to Boston earlier this year in the East Coast trip. Like, going away for a week and then coming back is a lot easier than what this has been like when you were gone for your little summer sabbatical, and then Tausch has been gone for his longer summer sabbatical. We're going to go close to a month before I'm like back in there regularly producing, which is wild.
It's like, how many snaps did Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, and Tucker Kraft play together last season? 0. That's kind of been what the three of us have been for a while. Well, Tausch will be back eventually, and then we'll celebrate our 10th anniversary, which is coming up fast.
Saturday, big special. Saturday morning, 9 to noon. Can't wait.
We look forward to that, and we appreciate it. I had a couple more interactions over the week when I was in Green Bay with fans who expressed their appreciation and again, it is, as I said to Joe Thomas, the Pro Football Hall of Famer on Friday, it is still jarring to me when people are that excited to see me. It's just I view myself as the person telling other people's stories, and so we appreciate everybody that's been so loyal to us over this 10-year span. Speaking of loyalty, you are a loyal Brewers fan. You never jumped ship like you did with the Packers when Brett Favre went to the Vikings. I'm curious how you're holding up given the trade deadline news to this point involving, well, essentially other teams, not the team you root for.
That sucks. It sucks. Saturday night, we're sitting around playing
Pinochle?
Believe it or not,
not Chronology.
We were playing Chronology around 9 o'clock on Saturday night. Had the Brewers game on the TV on mute.
Does everyone else feel as strongly about you about what a great game it is?
Everyone insists it's a great game. You would enjoy it. It's about history, and you learn a couple of things. There's a competitive nature to it.
You're telling me all the people that were up there with you up north in Crivets agree with you that it's a great game?
We had a lot of fun playing a lot of games over the weekend.
Very hard to believe.
Chronology was one of them, which we happened to be playing at the time when I got the notification on my phone from Jeff Passan reporting that Skubal was going to the Dodgers. And quite frankly, I felt like it was over the second that the Dodgers were in on Skubal, which that report was, I don't remember the exact time frame of how everything played out, a day or two before there was the report that said, the Dodgers are interested in acquiring Target. Once we saw that, it was like, all right, well, the rest of us aren't going to be able to keep up with that. The Dodgers live in a different tax bracket. The Dodgers play by a set of rules that is legal according to Major League Baseball, but is set up unfairly for the rest of the league because they have the resources and they have put together a system that the rest of Major League Baseball has been unable to figure out. And in large part, that's because of the finances and the resources that that particular team and its ownership group have available. And so I'm disappointed that the Brewers didn't get Skubal. I'm still eager to see if they decide to make any move before the 5 o'clock deadline this afternoon. We've seen a lot of other moves being made in the last 48 hours since the Skubal move, which felt like the first domino really here at the trade deadline. It was really disappointing. It really sucked on Saturday night because you just feel even more than you did before like everybody's playing for second. And that is not a fun feeling as a fan of sports, to feel like you don't really have a shot to take down the top dog.
So as you are obviously a big Brewers fan, I like to make sure that we understand that what we do here is Packers and nonsense primarily, the soap clean itself, etc. Have you found that clip yet, by the way? You've been searching high and low for...
I think I'm giving up.
Okay. All right.
I've spent more time than I want to admit looking for the soap clean itself.
It remains, however, one of the best defining ways to explain the world of Tausch. That said, so help me understand, because one of the things that we do in sports talk radio is who's to blame. Who's the biggest one to blame for the Packers' playoff loss? Who's the big this and that? So is it just the economics of baseball? Because, I don't know enough about various farm systems. I would not pretend to be Jeff Passan, who is incredible in his encyclopedic knowledge and being ahead of the curve on Mizorowski by like 2.5 years and everything else. Is there some measure of the Brewers should have done more and been willing to give up more to get Skubal? Like, what? How are you viewing this as a fan?
So I've been doing a lot of reading on social media and seeing all the reactions from fans everywhere, because everybody feels a way about this. Some people, and apparently the trend now is to victim blame the Tampa Bay Rays and the Milwaukee Brewers for not being more willing to spend the way that the Dodgers were. I think the best analogy...
And spend, you mean what they were willing to give up? Like
prospects.
The Dodgers will pay...
Yeah.
Can keep it. He doesn't have to be a rental for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Because their finances. But the idea that because the problem here is twofold, right? Not only do the Brewers not get him, but the Dodgers do.
Right. This was almost like a defensive trade by the Dodgers. Well, if we can keep him from going to the Brewers, where they would have Skubal and Miz that could actually beat us 4 out of 7 games.
Right.
Now we're going to put him on our team. We don't even really need him, but he's a 2-time reigning Cy Young winner. Of course he's going to make them better. They've got like 7 starting pitchers. They could theoretically throw a different guy in all 7 games of a series, and he'd probably be the favorite in every game. That's how good they are. So the best analogy that I saw on social media equated this to because the Dodgers general manager, Andrew Friedman, he got up in front of the podium and he said what he always says. Well, I think every team in baseball, if you have an opportunity to go get one of the best players in the game, you want to do it. And we are playing within the rules of the game. These are the parameters we're allowed to play by, and this is someone who makes our team better. Of course we're going to explore that opportunity. The difference is, when you're the Dodgers or the Yankees or a big market team, and this is the analogy that I saw on social media, if you are a millionaire, you go theoretically to the same grocery store that someone making minimum wage goes to. And you can go in there and you can buy whatever groceries to make whatever meals you want, and you can say, well, I can buy the same amount that this person's buying. Like all the groceries are available to everybody. The difference is the chunk of what that means in the grand scope of your salary when you're a millionaire is a lot different than when you're living on minimum wage. And the Brewers, while you can make the argument that they're not necessarily living on minimum wage, I mean, they are owned by a multimillionaire in Mark Ananasio who has money and funding, and there's an entire discussion that we could have about his commitment to owning the team and the money he's willing to invest in it. But the Brewers giving up 2 or 3 top 100 prospects from their minor league system is not the same as the Dodgers giving up 2 or 3 top 100 prospects from their system. Even though it's not 2 of the best, the Brewers giving that up, they don't have the resources to replenish and replace the way that the Dodgers do, or the way that the Mets do, or the way that the Yankees do. That's just the reality of the economics of the sport. It's why they're probably going to be locked out from playing next year. That's what's frustrating as a fan watching it, because every other sport except college sports has a cap and rules that you play by. People say, well, life isn't fair. Well, sports aren't life. It is different. There's a different governing set of rules that is supposed to create parity and fairness and even levels of competition to a certain degree. Baseball doesn't have that, and it's why they're on track for a disastrous economic situation next year.
Well, I know you pronounced the Dodgers as champions when they got Shohei Ohtani, and you have been proven right. So how does this, and I'd be curious on the Carbless Talk and text line 844-770-3776 if there are fans that want to text in on this as well. So how do you approach it as a fan from here on out then? You still allow yourself to get your hopes up? You're still a World Series believing Milwaukee Brewers fan, or does this just make you feel like, well, I just hope we get there, and then I'm already prepared for not getting any further than wherever we face the Dodgers?
So I guess the good news is I view it exactly the same as I did before. Like, I didn't think the Brewers were going to beat the Dodgers in the first place. Right. The fact that the Dodgers got Skubal just makes them that much more of a Goliath that you're trying to slay, theoretically, in the NLCS, or I don't know, maybe it's easier to beat him in the NLDS if you only got to beat him 3 times instead of 4. Maybe we want that now. I don't know. The Dodgers are the team to beat. The Dodgers are the 2-time defending champions. They are going to be heavy favorites already to win their 3rd, and by all metrics, they should. Mm-hmm. What makes sports fun is, you know who else should have won the championship? Kentucky in 2015. You know who else should have won? The Falcons in 2010. That's what makes sports fun. The unpredictable, the uncertainty, one injury, one error, one mistake that could change an entire complexion of a series or a game. Like, that's why you play. Like, I'm not going to sit here and just throw in my towel and say, well, I'm not going to watch any more Brewers games the rest of this season because we didn't spend the resources to go get Skubal and the Dodgers did. That's ridiculous. No one's going to say that. As a fan, you're going to cheer on your team. You're going to hope for the best. You're going to pull for them. And I hope I get a chance to go to American Family Field to the NLCS like I did last year and scream my head off cheering for Miz and Churio and everybody trying to take down the evil empire that has become the LA Dodgers. Do I think if I was going to Hard Rock Casino Rockford or anywhere else that I would put money on anybody but the Dodgers to win the World Series right now? No, I would not. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to pull for it. I'm going to be a fan and enjoy the ride. And the Brewers still wake up today with a record better than the Dodgers. Last year, that didn't mean anything. This year, it might not mean anything. But that's the reality today. 2nd straight year, trade deadline day, Brewers are the best team in baseball. That's a great place to be compared to what the alternative is. Still, you're along for the ride. Let's go play. Let's go have some fun. And let's see if we can take down and become America's team. The rootable underdog from the small market trying to take down the Goliath that is the LA Dodgers.
Do you feel better now? Like, I feel like you've been trying to get this off your chest since the trade happened and you had nowhere to do so.
I am starting to feel better about it, yes. I mean, it still sucks. I still want to see. The 5 o'clock today is the trade deadline. I still want to see if the Brewers do anything because it doesn't feel like they shouldn't do nothing. I mean, they made a trade over the weekend. That wasn't really a trade. There was putting some resources to different places.
They had that trade where they got Lance McCullers.
That did happen too, I suppose. Yes. I would like to see a move similar to what the Cubs did and go get Kevin Gausman from the Blue Jays, who pitched in the World Series last year. The Blue Jays have been in the playoffs a couple of times with him pitching there. Like, that's a guy who's got playoff starting experience. Someone that can supplement Miz and isn't Brandon Sproat or Kyle Harrison, who, while they've been good, are not super dependable as starting pitchers going into the postseason this year. So I'd like to go get a proven experienced starter that might have some postseason experience. I'm looking at like Logan Webb, if he's available, from the San Francisco Giants. I know they're selling everybody out there. Maybe.
God, you sound like passing.
I mean, I'd love to
You're dropping names and everything.
I'd love to go get Logan Webb. I've said Aroldis Chapman when we were back here at TPC for the AmFam Championship 2 months ago. I don't think that's happening because the Red Sox are in playoff positioning now because they got hot. The Angels had some dudes. I'd be interested in a couple of those Angels players that the Brewers played against over the weekend. They're the worst team in baseball, so there's options out there. It is deflating because there was a part of me that had the glimmer of hope that maybe the Brewers would do a CC Sabathia-style move with likely a lockout next year, get Skubal, rent him for 2 months, and see what happens if he can take down the Dodgers. There was a small part of me, while I thought it was unrealistic from the very beginning, I thought maybe they would do it. Maybe they learned something last year, and they know they need this guy to go beat the Dodgers in the playoffs. And it didn't happen, and it made it even worse that it wasn't the Mariners or the White Sox or even the Yankees that went and got him. It was the team you're trying to beat already.
Well, Jesse's gotten that off his chest. We will get to Packers coming up, as obviously the Packers made all kinds of news over the last several days as we head into today's padded practice, the first of training camp up in Green Bay. We'll talk about that and so much more. But first, we need to hear from Tausch telling us about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Continuing live from TPC Wisconsin at the ESPN Madison Open in support of Paul's party. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Mark Tausch here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. While you're shopping for new windows and doors, should never include haggling. Pella sticks to straightforward pricing and honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home, and they never use high-pressure sales tactics. When you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors, they also sell them, install them, and service them. Real pricing, premium quality, no game. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Mark Tausch here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. Well, training camp practices and preseason games are great opportunities for the guys up in Green Bay to make sure they're fully ready for the regular season. If they didn't work on things now, there could be some big mistakes that happen in the regular season when the games count. Well, the same goes for car maintenance. Get your vehicle checked before you go on that long road trip or an issue comes up during an important, busy time in your life. And there's no better vehicle service team than the team I trust over at Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. Get a tune-up, check the battery, check your tires, change the oil, make sure all the inner workings of your vehicle are in tip-top shape so you can focus on the fun of getting from place to place for whatever your next adventure holds and not allowing vehicle trouble to disrupt you. Schedule a service appointment, view vehicle inventory, and learn more about all they have to offer at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. That's ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Fix any issues before it counts. When it comes to your vehicle, take my word for it and trust the fantastic team at Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
25 years ago, a generational Bucs team made an unforgettable run.
This is the place to be.
Light It Up, narrated by Jim Paschke, is the new season of the Behind the Bucs podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. This is the oral history of the 2000-2001 Milwaukee Bucs and their run to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Absolute bedlam here at the Bradley Center.
Listen now on Bucs.com/plus, the Bucs app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. And when it comes to gifts that actually mean something, I head to Chalmers Jewelers. My wife Sarah, she loves the beautiful custom jewelry they've made for her. And my daughter Eleanor has some special pieces from Chalmers as well. And what I appreciate most, they help you create something personal that'll last a lifetime. Engagement rings, anniversary gifts, or a one-of-a-kind custom piece. Stop by Chalmers Jewelers and tell Garrett and Devin that Tausch sent you.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. Mark Tauscher here for Buckin' Honeys. Summer in Wisconsin is too good to spend indoors. And whether you're meeting the crew after work, grabbing dinner before the game, or just looking for a great patio spot, Buckin' Honeys has you covered. Their spacious patios are the perfect place to enjoy award-winning dishes, craft cocktails, and an easygoing atmosphere. Visit their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Waunakee, or Mount Horeb. Grab your people, find a spot on the patio, and make the most of summer at Buckin' Honeys. We'll see you there.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Wilde and Tausch, or Wilde and Nelson. By the way, the biggest news item yesterday after Kamal Haddon started practicing, which is a really good comeback story, was Zach Tom changing his name.
Got a new guy.
To Zach Bacco Bawele. And I have someone who changed his name on the show, at least for radio purposes. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we need to get to that at some point because I am curious about how that works. Like, every time I talk about him now, I have to consciously pause to get his name right, and the pronunciation's a little bit tricky.
So you got Bacco Bawele is how we say it. That we can
Bacco Bawele.
Bacco Bawele. I saw it everywhere yesterday. I was like,
including on the back of his jersey.
How do you say that though?
And on his locker. So we will we'll get into the artist, the right tackle formerly known as Zach Tom.
ZBB.
Coming up a little bit later. But Jesse tells me that people are fired up.
Oh, yeah.
You've got your finger on the pulse of the Brewers fan base. And again, this is, I will admit, I saw the news from our friend Jeff Passan, who we're clearly going to have to reach out after the trade deadline to have him back on the program to discuss what happens when you open the window and you don't climb out of it, because that's not what happened.
Yeah. Still time, 5 o'clock today.
But I was like, oh, well, that sucks. And then I went about the rest of my day. And that's, again, the difference between me and being a legitimate fan. And I was talking about this with one of our fans that was at training camp. It is not, because he said, I love that you're able to divorce yourself from those feelings. I wish I could, but I can't. And I said, look, it's not to feel superior. It's just from when you've done this for so long. Like the last time I covered something where I was had a rooting interest was the 1994 Rose Bowl when I was a senior. After that, you just learn that that's not how it works when you do what I do. So I saw the news. Oh, man, that sucks. I literally thought, boy, Jesse's going to be disappointed. And then I continued with writing about whatever I was writing about. So you have said your piece. I want to take calls coming up. But one thing that happens when Owen is our producer, unlike when you're our producer, is that the producer doesn't speak much.
That's crazy.
Which I don't know. Is that traditional? Is that what most radio programs do?
The producer never says anything. Yeah,
that is definitely not you when you're in those rare occasions when you're in that chair. So, Owen, are you going through, as Tausch would call them, although he gets her name wrong, Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's 5 stages of grief on this? And are you to acceptance yet? Where are you at?
I'm definitely getting towards the acceptance. More so that the Dodgers are just going to three-peat and there's not going to be baseball next season. That's the acceptance stage that I'm heading towards. But yes, I was disappointed that the Brewers didn't pull the trigger to make the move for Tarik Skubal. I looked at the haul that the Tigers got for him, and I just feel like the Brewers had a chance. You can debate whether that's the best practice of the organization to give up prospects like that, but I felt like they had the chance to make the move, and the Dodgers are going to be a good team, and Skubal would have gave them even better chance to compete with them. I'm not saying that adding Skubal automatically makes the Brewers better than the Dodgers, but it would have gave them an even greater chance.
A chance to have a chance, as Tausch likes to say.
You would have felt like they were worthy adversaries, like they were right there with them because they have the 2 best starting pitchers in baseball. Yeah, I agree with Owen. And by the way, Robin Michigan texted in. Michigan is where the Detroit Tigers are from.
That is where they're yeah.
Robin Michigan texts, if you think Brewers fans are upset over here on this side of the lake, people are not happy with the Detroit Tigers right now.
Because they didn't get enough for their guy.
Yeah, if I'm because there's a lot of people you can point and be mad at right now for why things are the way that they are in Major League Baseball. Starting at the top with the collective bargaining agreement and the players and the league as a whole. The Tigers are near the top of the list on this, too. They made this trade 2 days before the deadline.
Correct. That was the one thing I wondered about.
Almost 48 hours before. Deadline spur action. We know that. You don't think you could have got better than prospect like 25 and 68 for a 2-time Cy Young winner? Unless nobody else has been making phone calls, and at 9 o'clock on a Saturday night, 10 o'clock Detroit time, they're like, all right, yeah, sure, let's do it. Before we take tomorrow off and come back on, let's just do it now, get it over with. Like, what are the Tigers doing? There's certainly suitors, like, I would think if this thing would have got to today, the Brewers would have made an offer that was better than that. I would have thought the Rays probably would have made an offer more compelling. I feel like the Tigers just, ripped the Band-Aid off knowing they had to get this thing over with. I'd love to hear at some point why they chose to do it at the time that they did instead of waiting 2 more days or at least 1 more day.
So I saw a graphic that highlighted something that Riley Yauk said on social media, and then we juxtaposed it with something that Adam McCalvey said on social media. And obviously, Adam, I think it's important to point out, Adam does work for the team. He does write for the Brewers website. And so I think he does a phenomenal job, and I read him more than I read anybody else on the Brewers. I'd be curious what he wrote about who the commensurate players would have been for the Brewers to give up. The reaction that I saw from most folks was, well, I'd have done that. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. Logan Henderson would have been the main, major league guy who's just kind of broken in as a starting pitcher this year.
You're not giving up Jesus Made.
Yeah. He likes Made now. I know it's been a big week for names.
I do have it was much nicer when I was just a writer and all I had to do was spell it correctly. But I'm curious now, like Owen said that he's kind of reached the acceptance stage. I want to open it up for calls because it is a Monday, as Evan Cohen would point out. If you have anything that you want to get off your chest on this, like Jesse got the opportunity to, we'll segue into our Packers discussion in the 10 o'clock hour here from TPC Wisconsin, where we're live for the ESPN Madison Open in support of Paul's party. I guess I'm curious if other people are just resigned to it now, or if they're still ticked off.
What I don't understand is why everybody's mad at the Brewers and the Rays. Oh, you think they weren't trying to get Tarik Skubal? You think they weren't trying to contend for a World Series? Like, yeah, they're not willing to part with some of their top prospects, but they can't afford, those organizations specifically can't afford to the way that the Dodgers and
their
Yankees
margin
and Mets
for
and
error
Cubs can. Right.
Is much smaller.
But so everybody's like taking the Dodgers side in this. Well, those are the rules. Like, I can't believe that the Brewers wouldn't want to offer more for it. Like, shut up with that. Like, that's crazy. It's a different tax bracket, and you're playing by a different system. I just don't understand why there was so much I was seeing all day on Sunday on social media with people say, well, this is all the Brewers' fault. Of course, Jim Rutledge said that from Molly and Jim in the afternoon, which will be here at the ESPN Madison Open. He always is saying stuff about like that for the Brewers. So, like, the amount of fans who were upset with, I can't believe they're not going to spend, they're not willing to, like, that just blew my mind why everybody's blaming the Brewers in this situation. It's ridiculous.
844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. We will take your texts. We'll take your calls. And then Jesse does have a Did You Hear This lined up with some reaction to the Skubal trade coming up as well. And then we'll get into some Packers conversation in the 10 o'clock hour. We'll do that coming up. Again, 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Lists is more. We need to hear more from one Mark Tauscher on tape telling us about American Family Insurance. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead, live from the ESPN Madison Open at TPC Wisconsin in support of Paul's Party. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Sundays at Lambeau just got even better thanks to American Family Insurance. Enter the Dream Weekend Sweepstakes for your chance at the ultimate Packers game day experience. Winners score tickets to the November 15th game, a pregame tailgate in Titletown, a signed Jordan Love jersey, historical Packer tours, swag, and more. Your dream weekend is waiting. Don't miss it. No purchase is necessary. Enter by 11:59 Central Time on October 14th of 2026. See official rules and enter at amfam.com/Packers.
Is this the year the Brewers make a move at the trade deadline?
If you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get the same type results. And keep waiting and waiting and waiting. To me, why wait?
Follow along on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Hi, it's Dave from Canopy Wealth Management. Many people are balancing retirement planning, college costs, and caring for aging parents, often all at once. With extensive experience, the Canopy team has helped others navigate these same challenges and can be a trusted thought partner as you prioritize what matters most. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's our promise. Get started today at canopy-wealth.com.
Paid for by Canopy Wealth Management. Canopy Wealth Management is registered as an investment advisor with the SEC.
Mark Tauscher here for the great team at Everlight Solar. There's a bunch of energy and excitement around both the championship push for baseball in Milwaukee and the start of brand new football seasons in Green Bay and Madison. And speaking of energy, here's an idea. How'd you like to start saving money while also helping save the planet? All you have to do, make the energy switch with Everlight Solar. Our family is one of many who made the switch to solar over the last several years. We had known for a while we wanted to make the switch, but at the time we weren't exactly sure where to even start. That's when we met with Everlight Solar, and they outlined the entire process and educated us on the benefits of making the switch. Super simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more and schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
At Associated Bank, we get life gets complicated. So banking, it should be easy to get. That's why our tools speak your language. Automated savings, it's saving automatically for anything. Digital controls, you lose your card, you're still in control. Turn it off, then on, all on the app. And Money Monitor, you know where your money goes, like those long forgotten subscriptions. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/yougotthis. Member FDIC.
Wisconsin, let's talk about something near and dear to my heart. Beer. Specifically, great beer. And if you haven't met Yuengling yet, allow me to introduce you. Yuengling is the oldest brewery in America, founded in Pottsville, PA in 1829. 197 years, 6 generations of family-owned brewing. Do you know how they became America's oldest brewery? By making great beer. This is a real American beer. Smooth, rich, and finally here in Wisconsin. So grab a Yuengling, raise a glass, and celebrate history the way it was meant to be celebrated, by drinking it. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Mark Tausch here for Pizza Hut. I've been telling you for a while now how much I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Well, how's this for a throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza, just $3. And a medium one-topping original stuffed crust pizza for just $10. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
The Brewers have the best record in baseball.
Everything they've done this year is to say, can this team beat LA? That is the goal.
Continue listening to the First Place Crew all season, right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Live from TPC Wisconsin for the ESPN Madison Open in support of Paul's party. It is Wilde and Tausch-ish. I just really want to get your insights into changing your name. I'm very intrigued by your take on that.
We'll have time for that.
I just want to make sure we get to that.
People are fired up about the Brewers and the Dodgers and Skubal. We'll get to the name and the whole thing.
But first, we are getting your reactions to the frustrating, disappointing news that the Brewers did not successfully add yet. Jesse still holding out hope. A
Phillies
Don
made a
Sutton
move this
type
morning.
Trade.
Luis Arraez going to the Phillies. Batting champ, second baseman. Brewers didn't need that. They got Turang, Captain America, so we're good there. But Arraez is a good player. So the Phillies got better. The Dodgers clearly got better. The Cubs, adding Gaussman, got better in their rotation. Brewers traded for McCullers and cut him within like a week.
They did indeed. 844-770-3776. Owen Dimful is manning the phones, and Jesse is manning the ESPN Madison text portion of the Carbless Talk and text line. Let's get to a call. You would say that he, behind perhaps Usher George, is your biggest fan, despite the accusations you levied, get it, in his direction once upon a time. You would say Levi and Stevens Point is your super fan.
I would, yes. And I am also a super fan of Levi and Stevens Point.
Levi?
He has supported me when others won't, and I appreciate that about him.
Which makes you question his judgment. Levi, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Well, good morning, guys. Thanks for the compliment. I know I'm not the... There's other super fans of Jesse Nelson, too, not just me.
I don't think there are, Levi. I got to admit, I really don't think there are.
None that I've heard of.
What about Boomer?
Boomer and Athelstan. That's a good.
He seems a little wishy-washy on you.
He only met me because I had a prize pack for him. In fairness, I mean, he's a nice guy. A couple of Coors.
All right,
Levi,
rafting. Have you made your peace with this? Are you angry? Have you reached the acceptance stage? Where are you at?
Well, I'm not really surprised about. Excuse me, Matt, clear my throat for a sec, but I was going to say that I'm not surprised for what happened on Saturday. Skubal went to the Dodgers, but I still think the Brewers need to get at least one good bat who has World Series experience and also a champion as well, who can give some of the young core guys let them learn what it's like to win a World Series, even though it's going to be really hard, especially against the evil empire of the LA Dodgers, I call them. But I would like to see him get a bat, but it is what it is, and the lockout is coming too. I know it is. So,
well,
you guys have a great day at the thing. So I'll talk to you later. I love you guys. Go Pack, go!
Thanks, Levi.
Thank you, Levi. So here's the thing that I would say that I would agree with with what Levi said. This idea that the lockout is coming, it needs to.
Yeah.
Like I don't mean to be the guy that's happy that there won't be baseball by any means, but like the idea, the Brewers need it, and they need it to work.
Yeah.
Because otherwise nothing's ever going to change, and whoever the next Skubal is, you'll be disappointed that he didn't come to Milwaukee either. I just, the thing that sticks out because of the timing, as it fits with what I have seen in Green Bay and being at the shareholders meeting and being at our meeting with Ed Policy, is that everyone can compete in that league because they have revenue sharing and because they have a salary cap. And yes, there's this, arms race to build nicer facilities and all these other things that they keep talking about with the NFL. But the bottom line is everyone still can only spend the same amount of money on the players. There's a maximum. There's no getting around that. And that's not the case with baseball. Let's get to one more call before we get to a little did you hear this? This guy, as you like to say, Jesse, I saw him in Green Bay. He was at camp with his little ones. It's Eric in Green Bay. Eric, good morning, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Well, Jesse's not doing great, but I'm fine.
Eric. Not doing great.
So for me, I don't know if I'm not disappointed about this just because I didn't expect to get Skubal or what. It's kind of reading the tea leaves throughout the week. There were some national reporters suggesting that Skubal was wanting to sign with the Dodgers anyways. I believe he's from California. And Adam McCalvy posted the equivalent package. I don't know if this is what the Tigers were fully expecting from the Brewers, but with Logan Henderson, Luis Pena, and another prospect, it looks like what they wanted from the Brewers was significantly more than what the Dodgers were going to give. And while it's a very small sample size, and obviously he hasn't performed that elite for that long, like Logan Henderson has a sub-3 ERA in his career before and after injury, not to mention a promising prospect like Pena. So I think the worst part about this trade isn't that the Brewers did get him. It's that now they're very likely, if they advance to the playoffs, the team they're going to face is better. But we weren't a Tarik Skubal away from beating the Dodgers last year. Our offense just is so streaky, and if we're scoring one run a game, you can't win a game 0 to -1. So I don't know. I'm not totally disappointed. I hope we find some ways to improve the bullpen, improve the offense a little bit, and let's see where it takes us.
So here is the Adam McCalvy tweet that we were referencing and that E was referencing as well. Thanks for the call, Eric. We appreciate it. Good to see you at camp as well. I asked about a relative comp to the package the Dodgers gave up for 3 months of Skubal and heard this in response. Logan Henderson, Luis Pena, and either Josh Knath?
I don't know that one, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or Bishop Letson?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bishop.
I'm not gonna pretend that I know much about anyone other than Logan Henderson there. Why would
Payne is a big deal? He's one of the top prospects.
Okay,
up
so
in the
why
farm system.
Why do you think if that's and look, Adam's not reporting that the Brewers made that offer. Let's be very clear there. But if that is the comp, why do you think? Are you a conspiracy theorist? Why would the Tigers take the trade that they did?
Well, there's a couple of things you could speculate on. Number one is Skubal did a lot for the Tigers over the years that he was there, and they wanted to position him best for what's next for him, going to L.A. where he knows he wanted to sign next and play for the team he cheered for as a kid, the Dodgers.
We think if the Brewers would have gotten him, it would have been a 3-month rental, and then he would have signed with the Dodgers?
For sure. Would have been a 2-month. There's no way the Brewers were going to sign Skubal to a contract. CBA
we knew that, but he wanted to go to the Dodgers, so they did this for him?
That is one notion you can look at with this.
Okay.
Another is the Dodgers made an ultimatum and said, this is our offer. You have to do it today. Otherwise, we're taking it off the board. And if the Tigers felt like the Brewers were iffy on it, the Rays were iffy on it because they're mortgaging so much of what the next generation of players will be for their respective organizations, being the top contenders who would want Skubal, if the Tigers heard that message from the Dodgers playing hardball, pun intended, I guess.
Good one.
And said, all right, we'll commit to it. We'll do it. Because they thought that they couldn't guarantee the Brewers or the Rays or another team would offer better. So that's the other notion that you could consider with it. Again, I'd love to know at some point when the Tigers tell us why they did this after the deadline, I'm guessing, why they chose to do it when they did it and why they didn't wait a little bit longer, and if the Dodgers were the ones who kind of dictated the terms of why it took place when it did. I don't get it. I don't get why they wouldn't wait a little bit longer, why they wouldn't want more in return, because while you can be mad at the Brewers or the Rays for not spending more in a package to get Skubal for 2 months to try and go win a World Series for the first time in either of those franchise histories, winning a World Series, at the same time, if the Dodgers and the Tigers dictated the terms and the time frame, maybe they didn't have a chance to do it when they thought they were going to be able to get in touch with them and make the move. So there's the timing of it is what really frustrates and baffles me.
Well, Jesse will check the text portion of the talk and text line.
Oh, they're texting.
Let's sneak in one more quick call because I don't know if he's responding to the trade or wants to clarify his position on being where he is in the tiers of Jesse Nelson fandom.
For the record, I'm more interested in hearing his thoughts on the trade. Not that I'm not willing to hear some compliments.
Let's briefly talk to Boomer in Athelstein. Boomer, good morning. Thanks for chiming in. How do you feel about your friend Jesse Nelson?
Oh, Jesse's the best.
That's my guy, Boomer. All right,
Jason,
you and Levi,
you're
chair and vice chair.
Jason, you're my favorite Packer reporters, but wishy-washy.
I don't have strong opinions. That's true. Keyword being reporter, not columnist. But I will say this: Jesse has been great so far on today's program. I'm sure that'll change at some point. So, where do you stand on this trade before we get into a Jesse love fest, which I don't want to have?
No, actually, I'm an Angels fan, and the Angels suck again this year. So
they do.
It's a tough
I think
place
the Brewers
to be.
should go after. The Brewers should go after Reed Detmers and Joe Adell from the Angels.
Yeah?
Can they get both those guys and Mike Trout?
Trout.
Yeah.
The only place I would see Trout going would be Philadelphia because that's so close to where he grew up and he's a big fan. But I don't see Trout going anywhere. But I think Joe Adell and Detmers could help the Brewers in the long run.
Yeah. Joe Adell's a right fielder. He's got the best catch of the season it was in the first week of the year. It was amazing. He's a good player. I don't think the Brewers need an outfielder though. I think that's probably they have an abundance of outfilders.
I'm just impressed that he's. Thanks for the call, Boomer, and thanks for your fandom of Jesse, even though I don't entirely understand it. You don't get a lot of Angels fans in Athelstein.
Or maybe you do, and I guess I haven't looked around enough.
Enclave of Angels fans?
Boomer's got a connection. We actually talked about this when I met him at the bar and got him his prize pack back in February. He's got a connection. He's got a friend that has worked in the Angels organization, and that's how there's a connection there. But I grew up an Angels fan, too. You know why? Angels in the outfield.
Doug DeSensei.
Nope, Angels in the outfield.
Really?
Yeah.
Danny Glover.
Came out in the early 90s when I was a kid. I watched that movie all the time. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is the kid. You know that?
Oh.
Roger.
Robin.
Roger.
Well, no, but Robin in
the
Batman
kid.
movie.
Yeah. Joseph, that's right.
There you go.
Spoiler alert.
From a movie from 2012.
Yeah. So the Rally Monkey was a thing when I was like 11 years old, and they won the World Series against Barry Bonds and the Giants. I liked the Angels as a kid. And when I was a kid, the Brewers sucked, and so you needed to have like an American League team to cheer for, and so the Angels were my team. I enjoyed cheering for them.
Well, you and Boomer are more alike than I ever knew. All right, we're gonna do a little Did You Hear This as we get ready to shift gears to Packers conversation. We will continue to monitor the Carbless Talk and text line. We are live from TPC Wisconsin for the ESPN Madison Open in support of Paul's party. Before we can get to Did You Hear This, we need to hear from Mark Tauscher again, telling us about MoMA. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Mark Tauscher here, excited to tell you about my friends at MoMA. If you've been putting up with pain in your knee, shoulder, back, neck, don't just tough it out. Believe me, after all those years playing football, I know a thing or two about aches and pains. That's why I've partnered up with MoMA, the Midwest Orthopedic and Musculoskeletal Alliance. MoMA brings together trusted local providers like OIW, SMOC, and Innovative Pain, making it easier to find the right specialist and the right treatment for you. Whether you need care in one of their offices, the surgery center, ortho laser, which is what I've been using, smart scan, or MOSH, their experienced team is focused on helping you feel better and get back to living your life. Certainly helped me overcome some pretty bad knee pain thanks to the treatment at ortho laser that I've received throughout the summer. MoMA can get you back to doing what you love. Man, I highly recommend seeing their team, as I personally have seen what the right care can do. Call or walk in or learn more at MoMaMKE.com. That's MoMaMKE.com.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. We are just over a month away from the return of Badgers football, and ESPN's Adam Rittenberg believes if Wisconsin is to have success this season, they need to survive September.
That they can take a step. I think the challenge for them is going to be, can they survive September? To me, it's the toughest month of the year in opposition. Unfortunately, the best chance for injuries and things that can kind of linger if they don't go well. So can you get through September in a decent position and then take advantage of a fairly favorable slate the rest of the way?
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games, just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise. From our family to yours, roofing, windows, siding, gutters, and doors. Your solution-based company, community strong, and service that will please. Get a free estimate today. The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
Get ready for the ultimate Saturday night at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Join us for the all-new Queen of Hearts drawing at 4, 6, 8, and 10 p.m. This is your chance for royal glory. When your name is drawn, choose the right card and you could win a life-changing jackpot, up to $150,000. The longer the Queen stays hidden, the bigger the jackpot grows. Let's Hard Rock with the Queen of Hearts only at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
ESPN Madison's Mark Tausch here for Outdoor Living Unlimited. Well, my wife and I chose Outdoor Living Unlimited to build our outdoor project. When we met with Aaron and Eric Brown, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited, we felt like they were the right guys to work with. We share the same hardworking values, and their showroom is a must-see at 2018 South Stoughton Road in Madison. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space.
Buying a new vehicle should be exciting, and that's what Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb aims to do. That's why they vow to give you the better buying experience. Jim Rutledge here. I've had 3 better buying experiences at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, and I keep on going back because the experience and the Chevy is fantastic. So if you're looking for a buying experience you're going to want to repeat anytime you need a new or new-to-you vehicle, I recommend you make the short drive out to Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, because you're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Pads practice. He says that they just went over their rules of engagement for when you're in pads and what thud means, since they're not tackling guys to the ground.
Oh, boy.
We'll talk a little bit more Packers during the 10 o'clock hour. But we're not going to get some more calls. We want to play a quick game of Did You Hear This? But I did see we got a call from someone in Los Angeles, Chris in Los Angeles, who, as Owen talked to him, said, he asked an interesting question about this idea of the Dodgers being the evil empire, or if it's just the frustration of it. The Dodgers have done nothing evil. Nothing. The rules are the rules.
They're evil because they're winning.
Right, but it's your own fandom jealousy and your envy of, boy, I wish we had unlimited resources to be able to go out and get this player and that player, and that's, to me, if you're a Dodgers fan, you have nothing to apologize for. If you're a Yankees fan, you do, because that's the true evil empire for much longer, right? It is.
Yeah, I mean the Yankees have always been viewed that way.
And I enjoy the fact that they're not. Once their last World Series was 2009 that they won it. I'd like to keep it that way.
Well, they did lose one to the Dodgers, which to me was a passing of the torch
in that one. Sure,
yeah, it was tough.
All right, time now to play a little Did You Hear This?
Consider it the radio version of a conversation at the water cooler. It's time for Did You Hear This? On Wilde and Tausch.
Jason, I have 2 clips I want Owen to play for you to hear and for our fans to hear as well, from a couple of ESPN MLB reporters. So we'll get to our guy Jeff Passan coming up in a minute. I want to start with Jesse Rogers. I don't like Jesse Rogers. I think
You guys have the same name. How can you not like him?
There's not many of us, and so I think we're all kind of...
Does he spell it with an I?
No, he doesn't. He actually spells it the right way with just an E. But he's a Chicago guy. He covers the Cubs and the White Sox. And then because regionally he's like the closest to Milwaukee, I feel like someone, Mickey Mouse or whoever calls up and says, hey, why don't you go cover the Brewers when they win the division? Post the playoff game. And he goes and covers the Brewers. And then everything he does talking about the Brewers is relative to the Cubs would do this. It's in his bio. He's a Chicago guy. So anyway, here's Jesse Rogers on game night on ESPN Radio reacting to the Skubal trade over the weekend and saying, with Brewers fans, he knows how we feel.
there's no guarantee the 3 prospects the Dodgers sent away are going to be stars. It's just your best guess on these things. But we do know that Tarik Skubal is a great pitcher. So, yeah, I assume those other fan bases are a little bit upset. I mean, especially probably in Milwaukee. I mean, that's a team that got swept by the Dodgers. They're likely to face off again. They have nobody to pair with Jacob Mizorowski, and they probably simply would not part with their top couple guys. I'm guessing if they would have, they could have gotten the deal done because they've got the best prospect in baseball. But they're not willing to do that for 2 months of Skubal. And maybe even the fans understand that, but they're still going to be upset that he went to the Dodgers.
Jesse Rogers, Game Night on ESPN Radio.
Yeah, you should be okay with that. I thought that was a very reasonable position for him to hold. He didn't sound,
It is.
Craig Counsell supportive.
But it's just another national voice that's going, well, the Brewers could have got this done if they really wanted to. It's their fault that the Dodgers ended up with Skubal. That's how I interpreted what Jesse Rogers just said in that clip.
And I would just say this. If I was, which I'm not, but if I was an intense Brewers fan, and it would have cost more than what Adam McCalvy put out there, I would be glad that my team didn't mortgage the future. Because here's the other thing that we're forgetting that you keep bringing up is this work stoppage that is seemingly imminent, right?
Mm-hmm.
If
now
that's
more
the
than
case,
ever.
If that's the case, you want to make sure you have all your good players for when the playing field does get leveled for you. If that indeed, I would certainly hope, occurs if they have a long work stoppage. Like, don't you want all those guys that you've worked to develop?
No doubt. Now, at some point, you have an abundance of guys, like Churio's on a long-term deal, Cooper Pratt's on a long-term deal. They got several pieces are locked in. Mizorowski's technically good through like 2030. So, at some point, you can trade, the CC Sabathia trade. Matt Laporta didn't end up having a big league career of any significance. Michael Brantley was a fine player. He wasn't a Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
CC Sabathia is a Hall of Famer. He was an icon. He's still regarded as one of the best players in Brewers history, and he was here for 2.5 months.
Worth it.
And it was totally worth it. So at some point, you got to decide when it's worth it. This, to a lot of fans, feels like it would have been worth it. One more from Jeff Passan in this edition of Did You Hear This? Jeff Passan, because we wouldn't want to have this conversation without hearing from our guy, Jeff Passan. So here's some of his reaction when asked on SportsCenter Saturday night if he thinks the Dodgers are basically a slam dunk to three-peat as World Series champions.
Baseball is a very funny sport, and sometimes the most talented team does not win. And I think that's what we're dealing with here with the Dodgers. It's going to be them against the field. And can anyone do what San Diego has done? Can anyone do what Arizona's done and oust the Dodgers from a postseason series? It's going to be tough for any team because when you're facing Skubal and Yamamoto at the front of a rotation, and you've got another two-time Cy Young winner and Blake Snell backing him up, and beyond that, whether it's Wroblewski, Glasnow, whoever it may be, the Dodgers are going to have a starting pitching advantage in every series that they're in, even if they were to face Philadelphia, which has Zach Wheeler and Christopher Sanchez and Jesus Luzardo at the top of the rotation. And beyond that, they've still got Shohei Ohtani, who's the best player in the world, as well as Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and all the other cast of characters who have contributed to the last two World Series.
Well, I don't know about you, but I feel better.
It hurts hearing that. Nothing's a slam dunk.
His delivery's amazing.
Nothing's a slam dunk, but this is about as close as a slam dunk as you'll ever get when you just hear that litany of players. That's brutal. What he did say that I found interesting in that, he referenced the Diamondbacks and the Padres beating the Dodgers in the playoffs a couple of years ago. You know when they did that? The NLDS. Best of 5.
Shorter series.
Shorter series. You only have to win 3 games. I actually wonder if there's a better chance, and it might not be the Brewers. It could be the Phillies, or it could be the Cubs. It could be the Pirates with Skeens if they get in. Like, is there actually a better chance to beat the Dodgers in the NLDS when you only have to beat them thrice, as opposed to in the NLCS when you have to beat them 4 times?
Let's set up a scenario here for you.
Oh, God.
Dodgers, Cubs.
Yeah.
In the NLDS, a 5-game series.
Yeah. No.
Are you rooting for the Cubs
oh, no.
to clear the deck of the Dodgers for you?
This would be Can I pass this over to Kendall Dahman, our friend from Zimbrick, instead of
he is the
answering
GOAT, by
myself?
the way. I don't need that, but
oh boy. Wow. I hate the Cubs. I really hate
I've really
them.
put you in conflict, and this brings me incredible
This would be
joy.
okay. In 2015, would I have wanted Duke to beat Kentucky in the Sweet 16 in a theoretical world where that would have taken place? Yeah, I think I would have.
All right, there we go.
I think I would rather the Cubs because I would trust Council would mess something up in the NLCS. I would
the Packers in 1996 not having to beat the Cowboys on their way to Super Bowl 31.
So here's the thing. You're welcome because I'm answering, but the planes aren't doing their. They do that around here. It's okay.
It's a fighter jet.
Yeah, it's the airfields around here. We live over there.
To the danger zone.
In 2011, my friend asked me, do you want the Cardinals? Would you rather play the Cardinals or the Phillies? And I said, oh, easily the Cardinals. The Phillies are the juggernaut. Give me the Cardinals. They're not that good. We can beat them. The Cardinals beat the Phillies and then proceeded to beat the Brewers and win the World Series in the David Freese year.
It's incredibly. I have no idea what Jesse said. I'm just watching Goose and Maverick flying around.
So I hate that you're asking me the question because I will say I would rather face the Cubs, but then, of course, there is this world where the Cubs could actually do that and then play the Brewers in the NLCS and win and move on. And then everyone's like, see, you shouldn't have said that. And that's not.
That's the risk you take for having a take.
You're welcome for answering the question.
Thank you for your service. All right, that is it for Did You Hear This? We'll get to the 10 o'clock hour and some of our Packers conversation coming up after I remind you again that if you've been injured in an accident, there's only one call to make. And as I always say, I hope you never have to call David and Steven and the team at Grubel offices. One call, that's all. But if you've been injured, that's the call to make. 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666, or go to the website gruber-law.com to find out more. The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch live from TPC Wisconsin for the ESPN Madison Open in support of Paul's Party continues in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison. This is Owen Dimple with your Sports Center update, brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The Milwaukee Brewers couldn't complete the sweep in Los Angeles yesterday despite having Jacob Mizorowski pitch 7 innings with 10 strikeouts. It's the 10th game this season where Miz collected at least 10 strikeouts, which is the most in a season by a Brewers pitcher. The crew struggled on offense to piece anything together, and all it took was a 2-run homer allowed by Miz for the Angels to win 3-0. Milwaukee finishes their West Coast road trip with a 3-3 record, and now the Brewers return home tonight to face the Pittsburgh Pirates. First pitch is scheduled for 6:40 p.m. right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers. But before first pitch tonight, the MLB trade deadline is at 5 p.m. Central Time. And will the Brewers add to their roster for an end-of-season push for a World Series? They already lost out on Tarik Skubal, who was traded to the Los Angeles Dodgers Saturday night, but still other names to keep an eye on. Head on over to ESPN.com to read all the latest trade deadline intel.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say kissing cousins, pack bikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And will end this crazy game in a tie. Oh my goodness.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch. Wow, there's a lot of golfers here now. We're almost ready to tee it up.
Kind of a big deal, Jason.
It is a huge deal. I know, but when we started the show, it was just a bunch of teammates in black ESPN Madison polos.
It did look a little different an hour
ago. It's a hive of activity live from TPC Wisconsin for get it?
Nice.
The ESPN Madison Open in support of Paul's Party, and what a great cause to be involved with. Ashton and the team have taught me a lot. Obviously, being in Green Bay, I haven't been able to experience it, but they just do such great stuff, Jesse.
Yeah, they were involved with the Packers tailgate tour stop when they came through Madison last year, and today, the 2026 ESPN Madison Open, and proceeds benefit Paul's Party to support their mission of helping kids get access to adaptive sports equipment. If you go online, paulsparty.org, it tells you all about their mission and their focus. And yes, at its core, if you're trying for a quick explanation, they help kids get access to adaptive sports equipment, but it's so much more. It's as people are going through different things in their lives and they want something to focus on instead of just thinking about hospital visits and whatnot. You focus on being part of sports and having access to compete in those sports for kids. And it all started with Paul a bunch of years ago. It's such a great organization, and we're so thankful to be partnered with them for this year's ESPN Madison Open. And if you want to help, you can get involved even if you're not golfing like everyone else is out here today, or part of the auction later, which I get to be the auctioneer for. I'm very excited about that. If you want to help, if you want to help, text GOLF right now. GOLF to 844-770-3776. Learn more, donate, support local kids through adaptive sports. Text GOLF, GOLF to 844-770-3776. And throughout breaks today on our video stream, you see the QR code. You can scan that and learn more about Paul's Party that way as well. All right, any questions at this time?
I want you to give us, at some point during the show, a taste of what your auctioneer work might sound like. I got 25, give me 30. Who's got 30, 31, going once. 32, going twice.
So the thing, okay, so
you're about to tell me you're not going to do it.
No, I do. I kind of do that. I've got it a little bit. I mean, I'm not a professional by any means, and we're all raising money for a good cause here for Paul's Party. The thing is, with this group, there's a lot of great partners of ESPN Madison here, and so sometimes I very clearly know who the people are, and sometimes I haven't met them yet. And so it's awkward sometimes if I need to say, like, sold to the gentleman in the blue hat, or sold to the guy in the pink shirt. If I know who it is, like, I want to shout them out, but I don't know it all the time, and so that's where it gets a little tricky for me. So I generally just say sold to the guy in the green jacket.
Who won the Masters in 2014.
That's
all right, we're going to shift gears to Packers, and the big news over the weekend, of course, was Tucker Kraft on Friday returning to practice. Only individual drill work, but he is back on the practice field. He is on the practice field without a new contract in place, which, quite frankly, I did not anticipate. I thought that he would wait until he had a deal. Now, maybe they will wait until he has a deal to have him in team periods, but he has set his goal to participate in the joint practice with the Cardinals, which is on August 26th in advance of their preseason finale on the 28th at Lambeau. It's the LaFleur Bowl, Mike versus Matt, in a game that doesn't count in the standings.
Great storylines in these preseason games this year.
There are, no doubt about it. But the problem, of course, is he is going to make, and look, let me reiterate this. I get it. the money we talk about with NFL players is money that none of us can even fathom. We don't make that. I mean, I know you've got some secondary income options with Bullstream TV, etc.
Yep, they pay well, but not that well.
But this is a guy who is scheduled to make $3.4 million this year in the final year of his rookie contract, and will surpass $20 million per year average when he becomes the highest paid tight end in football. And I am curious whether or not he should be putting himself in harm's way with that level of uncertainty.
Well, I don't think you need to make that kind of money to relate to the scenario. When you go through a, let's call it a traumatic experience, suffering a season-ending injury in a season where you thought you could win a Super Bowl is what I would call a traumatic experience. When you get back out on the field and you feel like you've got another chance to do that with Jordan Love and Micah Parsons and a group as good as they are, you're going to approach things differently. If in our work life, if something happens that bumps us from being on the air, the next time we get back on the air, like, we're probably going to approach it a little bit differently or cautiously or whatever, make an adjustment to accommodate for the experience that we just had gone through. In any realm of work, I would imagine, if you go through an experience where, okay, something significant changed and I lost an opportunity to do something and now I get a chance to go do it again, you're going to try and do everything you can to approach it so that you're not in that situation again. To me, that would mean you don't want to miss out on potentially becoming the highest paid tight end in the National Football League because you made a wrong step at training camp practice the first day you had the pads on.
Right.
Like, to me, that's just common sense. So I want him out there if he feels confident that everything's trending the right way and it's just a step or two to get across the finish line. I think it's a good sign that he's participating in practice. It means he's all in, he's invested, and it also means that he feels confident that this thing's going to get done. That's what that tells me from afar watching this all play out.
Well, he also has to be protected from himself, and as he talked about with us, Brian Gutekunst has told him that too. I notice he's not being told to stay out of practice, however. But he talked about how he wanted to be even further along, but he's an all-gas, no-brakes guy, and he delivered an analogy that obviously Tausch isn't here to grade it, but when I think of all-gas, no-brakes, it is not the same thought that he had. Mm-hmm. Here is Tucker Kraft talking to us about his approach of being all-gas, no-brakes.
I've accepted it's all part of the plan. Goody and I have talked about how, he's essentially protecting me from myself because I'm all gas like a tricycle. I don't come with brakes, so it's really just helping me establish that mindset of consistency through a slow ramp up, and that's it.
Okay, so it's been a while since I rode a tricycle.
Same.
Not as long, but do you not have the do you not like lean back on the pedals to brake?
So I was trying to remember
on, like, a regular
after I saw the clip. I was trying to remember because I know, like, the first bike that I rode with two wheels, all you had to do was push back,
right,
and the brake stops. It's like what do they call it? The push brake or whatever.
I don't know
whatever
what
you
they call it.
I don't remember riding a tricycle having brakes. I thought, like, and then I was thinking, okay, like, I know
feet,
but it's just like it's like riding a bike. Like, it's, you think back to, okay, all the times I've ridden a bike, you use the hand brakes or you use the like. I don't remember what a tricycle has. I assume he's right. That's a heck of a reference to make when thinking that line over. Like, I don't recall if tricycles actually have brakes or not. I don't think there's any other vessel of transportation that doesn't have brakes. So I think it's as good a pick of any because I don't think there's another option. Like maybe a canoe.
Like,
or a kayak?
Didn't you have one of those Hot Wheels when you were little? Like, they were small. They were to the ground. Like, this would be, again, I'm showing my age, but a big wheel is what it was called. And even that had the little brake that you pulled on.
Yeah,
and it made you spin, right?
Uh-huh.
Like that had a brake?
Adam in Madison can confirm my 4-year-old's tricycle has no brakes.
Okay, there you go.
So I guess he's right. The only other thing I can think of is a kayak or a canoe, because that you have to use the oar to slow yourself down. Otherwise, every boat, every plane, every other
so
vehicle
would say, I guess my question is, while we've now established, thanks to folks that have tricycle riders in their home, the accuracy, how do we view the quality of the comp? Because the thing that when I look at Tucker Kraft, you know what I don't think of? Tricycles.
Drago. Now I'm thinking of Drago on a tricycle in Rocky
Right,
IV.
I'm thinking of a guy driving like a really big SUV and just with like big monster truck tires. Like I don't see a tricycle.
Yeah, he's a monster truck guy. Yeah.
So we don't like the analogy?
No, I actually think I do like it. The more I think, I didn't like it at first because of all the things you think, all gas, no brakes, tricycle would be probably near the bottom of the list. But then as you start to think about what things actually have no brakes, you have very minimal options. And if you get a tricycle going downhill with no brakes, that's got to be a terrifying thing if you're a parent watching your 3 or 4-year-old cruising down a hill without the ability to stop at any given time except for putting your feet down. So, yeah, I think all gas, no brakes tricycle, it's a fine analogy. It might be an above-average analogy.
All right, so regardless of the quality of the analogy, the bottom line is he is absolutely positively vital to this team's success this year. They need to get a contract done. He needs to stay healthy. All those things are true. We will get to more of what Tucker Kraft and what the Packers are up to today as they are in pads for the first time in camp. We'll talk more about that coming up after we hear from old boy one more time, this time on tape, talking about Annex Wealth Management. More from the ESPN Madison Open live from TPC Wisconsin in support of Paul's party. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Mark Tauscher here for Annex Wealth Management. Well, over the years, a lot of people, including me, have credited Mike Tyson with saying everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Well, I don't know if he actually came up with it, but it's a good line. As a professional athlete and in hosting the show for the last 10 years, I can think of countless examples of times when we thought one thing was going to happen until getting hit with the unexpected. The same goes for retirement. You're not going to be able to see around corners. Stuff's going to happen you don't expect, but your plan has to be built to handle it. That's what the people at Annex do. They help you build a plan, and it's not just about investments. It's about the whole thing. Taxes, retirement, your lifestyle. Give Annex Wealth Management a call today or check them out online at annexwealth.com. That's annexwealth.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Life moves fast. Your car should move with it. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle and payment options that fit every stage of your journey. Just graduated? Start smart in a Chevy Trax. Stylish, efficient, and budget-friendly. Growing your family? The Equinox gives you the space and versatility you need. And when life gets even bigger, the Traverse or Tahoe is ready for it all. Kids, carpools, and road trips. Visit them today in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
Mike, what's one of the most important questions people should be asking about metal roofing?
It should be who's doing the installation. It takes focus, precision, and technical experience. We'll answer all your questions.
After all, we are masters of metal roofing.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Sweta. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Sweta metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Sweta Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. And when it comes to gifts that actually mean something, I head to Chalmers Jewelers. My wife Sarah, she loves the beautiful custom jewelry they've made for her. And my daughter Eleanor has some special pieces from Chalmers as well. And what I appreciate most, they help you create something personal that'll last a lifetime. Engagement rings, anniversary gifts, or a one-of-a-kind custom piece. Stop by Chalmers Jewelers and tell Garrett and Devin that Tausch sent you.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law Offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law Offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law Offices make our community a better place.
They are the best. For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law Offices.
Since 1956, Hallman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Hallman Lindsay has grown over the years to 27 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Hallman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Hallman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? If you're a top player in your league, the GRB Rays are ready for you. They're Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with over 425 college commitments, 27 draft picks, and 4 big leaguers, including the National League Rookie of the Year. Train in one of the Midwest elite facilities and elevate your game. GRB Rays tryouts are here, but spots are filling up quickly. Sign up now at grbrays.com. That's grbrays.com.
The NFL is back.
When you're paying your quarterback what the Packers are paying Jordan Love, he has to play to a level where he starts elevating everybody.
Tune in for your green and gold coverage all Packers season right here on the ESPN Wisconsin app and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Wilde and Tausch rolls on live from the ESPN Madison Open at TPC Wisconsin in support of Paul's party. All right, let's address the elephant in the outdoors. Name changes.
Oh, I thought you wanted to talk about vehicles without brakes because I've got a lot of texts about that. Skateboards.
It's true.
Sleds and toboggans.
I feel like sleds do, the old school style sled does, though.
Still a lot of confirmation of tricycles. Apparently, I said boats have brakes, and that's wrong. Boats don't have brakes, but they do de-accelerate, and then that kind of like.
So that would be decelerate, is what you're going for there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stop talking about boats. I think
they have an anchor.
I'm a fish out of water talking about.
Yeah,
boats.
it's a pretty good line
Thank
right
you.
there. I got to give you credit for that. I know you've enjoyed the high five, and I led today's high five on channel3000.com, where it's really I'm always cheating the numbers. It's always 6 things. There's one that leads the story, and then there's 5 other things. But the one that leads today's story is the name change for Zach Tom. The right tackle formerly known as Zach Tom is now known as Zach Bacco Bawelli.
ZBB.
Did you consider other names for yourself when Jesse Marcheski became Jesse Nelson? Because
no.
I thought of you because he used some similar logic to what you did. Now, Nelson, again, I know you don't like to cover this ground, but today it's actually germane.
Understood. Yes. So
your mom's maiden name.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Nelson is my mom's maiden name, and she kept it when she married my dad. And
I didn't know that part of it.
Yes. So it was already confusing. Like throughout school, everyone thought my parents were divorced. Or not everyone, but several did. Teachers would ask.
Would have been your fault if
they're both cousins. They said, like, which parents come to the conference? Both of them. What do you mean? They just have different names. My mom never changed her name. Becca never changed her name when she married me either. So it doesn't.
She didn't know what she would have been changing it to.
It doesn't bother me because I lived with that my whole life. So it was actually my dad's idea because my name is a Polish last name in Wisconsin that like Mizorowski, not the easiest to remember for those who aren't familiar.
I've had no trouble remembering.
Yeah, it took a while. Tausch still says it wrong whenever he brings it up. So. It was his idea when he said, you think of all the people who work in broadcasting, the first names that come to mind. Joe Buck, Al Michaels, Brian Anderson. They're all very easy names to remember. Would you want to go with Nelson instead of Marszewski? I wouldn't be upset about that. I said, I'll think about it. Went to college, figured out along the way, that actually works a lot better. People were mispronouncing it all the time. It's easy. So that's what I've chosen to go with in my professional career. And then it also works when I get like checks and things because it's still my middle name, so it still processes. So it all works out.
So what did
I
you?
Probably shouldn't admit that on this public platform anymore.
I was just going to ignore it. I'm curious then what you thought when you saw this because you can relate a little bit to it. You've never actually it's not like now you're like 8 years into your career or whatever, and now you change your name again to something else. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit different, but you can identify with this.
Yeah. I understand, and he wants to pay homage to his heritage, and I think that's a respectable thing, and it's fun. Is it a lot more difficult for us to be able to say Zach Bacco-Boelli instead of Zach Tom? Absolutely it is. It's the opposite of what I did,
especially for Bill Jarts.
Yeah. ZBB is a lot of fun to say, so I have a feeling that might become a thing. But I don't know. You talked to him. What did he say about it?
Well, I love what I loved what he said. And I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on people's names, but I know that there are various cultures where the naming is different than typical American naming. And he talked about how the reason he wound up with the last name of Tom was that when his grandfather came to America and he filled out all the requisite paperwork, they do their names differently. That's what Zach said in Nigeria versus in America. And so somehow his first name, which was supposed to be Tom, became his last name here, and that's how it ended up. So now this is his father's mom, one of those last names, and his father's dad. So his grandma and grandpa, each of their names are now his. And he talked about eventually having kids and wanting to have them, be able to look at their name and say, this is where I came from and this is the story behind it. I just, Zach's a really smart guy. He does not enjoy media. He and I have a great working relationship. He has never in his career turned me down for an interview. He prefers to talk to people one-on-one. He does not love it when an enormous group is around him. That was the case yesterday because everyone saw his jersey with a different name on it and wondered what was up. But I thought his reasoning behind it was really cool. This is not just attention or whatever it might be. This was something that he said he's been thinking about it for years. It does seem, though, to be an inconvenience. He's got to get a new driver's license.
Yeah.
He's got all these things he has to do now. You have to change all your bank accounts. You got your direct deposits coming from the NFL. You got to do that too.
I learned this. I'd say a couple of years ago was kind of like the wheelhouse of a lot of my friends getting married around the same time I was. And there were some who were established in their careers as nurses or in the accounting industry. Mm-hmm. And if you get all of your certification with your last name as one thing, and then you get married and you change your last name. There's a whole process you have to go through. So some of them, if they were in committed relationships, even before they were married or in some cases engaged, they still went through the paperwork with their new last name and kind of gambled that it would work out so that it would be correct and they wouldn't have to change it later on.
Becca did not do that, though.
She did not. No, she said that sounds way too hard.
She either that or well, I'm not even
more of a headache than anything. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Tausch made the same joke before he left for his sabbatical.
I like that. All right, well,
I don't.
That is the name game. But again, I love the fact that he thought this through, that there's meaning behind it. I really enjoyed listening to Zach talk about that yesterday because it obviously was something that was important to him, despite perhaps the inconvenience that it requires you to go through as you jump through a few hoops with the name change. But he was clearly committed to it, and I think he's really excited about it.
So now what do they do with all the Zach Tom jerseys in the pro shop? Is that like fire sale now, or what do they do there?
I feel like, and again, I don't know how many Zach Tom jerseys, like as much as we like Zach on this show because we're a right tackle-centric show with Tausch and Bulaga. I don't know how many people buy Zach Tom jerseys to begin with, but those, if you have the authentic ones, it's just a nameplate. So theoretically, you could snip that off and then just replace it with his full name.
I think all the Toms that live around the state of Wisconsin should hurry up before the pro shop takes them off the shelf and get them at a discounted rate. If you have the first name Tom, you're going to want to buy yourself a Packers jersey at a discounted price while supplies last. That'd be my advice.
Well, I will say this, and then we can move on from this. If you change your number, you end up having to pay for all the back stock of your old number.
That was the 21 Savage thing a few years ago.
So it was
right?
that.
Yeah.
It was worth noting that there was some indecision for Matthew Golden when 2 was not available because Malik Willis had it. He started with 22 and then switched to 0. 2 became available when Malik Willis left, and one of the reasons why he didn't switch was because he didn't want to spend all the money on all those jerseys that he would have had to buy. So there's a lot of specifics that go along with being an NFL player when your jersey's for sale. And did you buy like a Jordy Nelson jersey so you could have Nelson on that?
I did not. I did get my mom a Jimmy Nelson Brewers jersey back in the day as a birthday gift one year. She enjoyed that.
It's a pretty good idea. It's another good idea that if you want to get away, there's lots of ways you can get away, right? You can hop on a plane, you can board a cruise ship, and you can feel like you've escaped. But your next getaway is waiting for you in Milwaukee at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Start with the stay. The biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And you're just steps away from all the fun stuff that's happening inside. And if you're hungry, so many options. Dream Dance Steakhouse, The Marketplace, Rockin' Brews, Canal Street Cafe, Ru Yi Asian Kitchen, and Cream City Coffee Company food and drink specials happening all the time. And if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, their event spaces are going to make it unforgettable for you. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out in one place at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. More Wilde and Tausch live from the ESPN Madison Open at TPC Wisconsin in support of Paul's Party. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tosher here for Olson Tune. Well, first impressions matter, and your outdoor space is often the first thing people see. And since 1997, Olson Tune has been helping homeowners and businesses across Dane County create and maintain outdoor spaces. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and year-round maintenance, they're your team for everything outdoors. Ready to elevate your property? Contact Olson Tune today and learn more at olsontune.com. Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Tune difference.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Catch the Rich Eisen Show weekdays, noon to 2 after Wilde and Tausch, right here on 100.5 ESPN.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 4th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they play the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh my goodness, third down.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Local Union 2150 IBEW. Tune in August 4th at 6:40 on WISC TV in Madison, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill, because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
A strong team makes all the difference, and Everlight Solar just expanded theirs. Everlight Solar now offers roofing and exterior services for homeowners dealing with storm damage. From the first call to the final repair, Everlight quickly handles everything under one roof. When your roof takes a hit, you've got a team behind you. Start today at EverlightRoofing.com. That's EverlightRoofing.com. Everlight, powering through any storm. A proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple of years? Well, maybe one is coming up. The sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, or helping to pay for college or a wedding. Well, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events, but planning for them can make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at AnnexWealth.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Wilde and Tausch continues with Jesse Nelson and Owen Dimpfel as our Cousin Subs of the day. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. Trivia presented by Cousin Subs, coming up forthwith.
Almost golfing time out here at TPC Wisconsin, too. They're getting in the carts now.
But first, I see John Anderson, our friend John Anderson, who's going to be one of our Cousin Subs of the day a little bit later in the week, is at practice, so I'm missing him up there. But one person who's not participating in practice is Carrington Valentine, who I spoke to earlier this week, was going to write about him, and now he's got a leg injury. He's not going to practice today. He dropped out yesterday.
Oh, boy.
The Packers are getting Kamal Hadden, who, if you remember, in that Baltimore game when nobody could tackle, they benched Carrington Valentine, put in Kamal Hadden, and on the very first play, he was physical. and he broke his ankle. He broke both his tibia and his fibula as he was trying to take down one of the most difficult running backs to take down in all of football, and got run over. And so when that happens, he was on an 8-month recovery. He is now taking part in individual drills. But trying to tackle Derrick Henry can be hazardous to your health, and he found that out. But that's a position that the Packers have a lot of question marks at. Is Benjamin St. Juste has some moments in practice. Brandon Cisse has. Keyshawn Nixon had a really good practice yesterday. Broke up a bunch of passes. I know people aren't thrilled when they hear that, but Brandon Cisse got to work with the ones alongside him once Carrington Valentine dropped out. We'll talk more about the corners, but we need to play some trivia.
Well, wait a second. I have a question for you before we ask our trivia questions.
I'm looking at the fact that we're going to start speaking to golfers, so I was getting to commercial.
Understood. I'd like to play defense.
I remember once upon a time they were talking about like cancer survivors, and you were talking loudly on the show.
That did happen. Not going to be part of our 10th anniversary show on Saturday. What questions about corners can be answered in training camp? Any?
Yeah, I mean, look, if Keyshawn Nixon stays healthy, and I use this line all the time, but it's not his fault. He's the Packers' #1 corner, and if you don't like that, don't be mad at him. And I understand and so does he, that there's a portion of the fan base that are not Keyshawn Nixon fans, but that's the reality. He's the best guy they got. Could Brandon Cisse develop into a guy that's better? Sure, that could definitely happen, but not right now. And Carrington Valentine, for his tackling foibles, which are certainly deserving of criticism, he's a pretty good cover guy for a #2 corner. Kamal Hadden being healthy would certainly help them, and because they like what he brings to the table. Cisse's a top pick. I don't know what Domani Jackson is at this point, their 6th-round pick, but that is not a deep position. St. Juste is a guy that obviously has played a lot in the NFL. He's, as Matt LaFleur put it yesterday, there's not a lot of corners that look like him. He's 6'3", so you don't have guys that are that long usually. He's an intriguing player too, but there's nobody, back when they had Jair Alexander, for whatever things we think about Jair for the end of his career in Green Bay, when he was on his game and before he got run over and got trucked by Najee Harris with that shoulder injury, he was physical, and he was a shutdown corner, and they do not have anyone that fits that suit currently. So I don't think we'll have a whole lot of answers there, but we're going to find out if they're good enough, that's for sure, and it'll start when they're trying to take on Jay Jettis, as Tausch likes to call him, in the first game of the season.
I'm starting to not like that Week 1 matchup. Kyler Murray's probably going to be the starting quarterback. There's going to be some unknowns with the Kevin O'Connell offense. You're going to have good receivers against an unproven corner group with a first-time defensive coordinator in Green Bay. I'm starting to get nervous about Week 1.
Well, the good news is it'll be here in about 5.5 weeks.
Maybe Shine On Sports is going to be closer to being
Shine On Sports!
Oh, jeez.
All right, well, we need to get to trivia. It's the Sports Weekend Recap. What did you miss over the weekend? Jesse, what caller would you like Owen to answer?
Let's do caller number 8 today. For no particular reason, I just chose it.
Caller 8 right now, 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 8 will play trivia after we hear from Tausch telling us about UW Credit Union. It's Wilde and Tausch live from TPC Wisconsin for the ESPN Madison Open in support of Paul's Party.
UW Credit Union, I say it all the time, it is here for every you, proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. They're going to help you reach your financial goals. They are all across the state. They have a great app, easy to work, and it is a pleasure to be a partner and a member of UW Credit Union. Join today, like I did, at uwcu.org, insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions do apply.
The NFL is back.
Lamar Jackson and Matt LaFleur, you could put in the same category. Both of those guys are only going to be judged on how they do in the playoffs.
Tune in for your green and gold coverage all Packers season right here on 100.5 ESPN.
Whether you're grilling outside, sitting on the patio, or watching the game, summer is the perfect time to sip on a cocktail made with Door County Distillery. Handcrafted award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. Mix up a G&T with that signature green bottle of gin, or sip on it with a couple of rocks. My favorite, the Door County Distillery Bourbon. Made in Door County, available all over the state, including right here in the Madison area. Local, affordable, award-winning. That's what it's all about. It's Door County Distillery. Find the retailer nearest you, doorcountydistillery.com.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. Beauty Rest Queen mattresses start at only $1,499 or get $500 off Beauty Rest Black King adjustable base sets. Only at Steinhoffels. We are just over a month away from the return of Badgers football, and ESPN's Adam Rittenberg believes if Wisconsin is to have success this season, they need to survive September.
That they can take a step. I think the challenge for them is going to be, can they survive September? To me, it's the toughest month of the year in opposition. Fortunately, the best chance for injuries and things that can kind of linger if they don't go well. Can you get through September in a decent position and then take advantage of a fairly favorable slate the rest of the way?
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
ESPN Madison's Mark Tausch here for Outdoor Living Unlimited. Well, my wife and I chose Outdoor Living Unlimited to build our outdoor project. When we met with Aaron and Eric Brown, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited, we felt like they were the right guys to work with. We share the same hardworking values, and their showroom is a must-see at 2018 South Stoughton Road in Madison. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
Natural diamond prices are at an all-time low, creating one of the best buying opportunities you'll ever see.
At Chalmers Jewelers, that means more sparkle for your budget.
So whether you're shopping for an engagement ring, anniversary gift, or upgrading the diamond you already love, now's the time to make your move.
Because prices this low won't last forever.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited with my brother and business partner, Eric Brown. Siding Unlimited is Madison's choice for siding, windows, roofing, and doors.
Siding Unlimited delivers on expectations because our experience, integrity, and craftsmanship come through on every project.
For new siding, windows, roofing, and doors, call 608-220-0005 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Will the Brewers get over the hump this season?
Everything they've done this year is to say, can this team beat LA? That is the goal.
Continue listening to the First Place Crew all season, right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
The golfer's about to hit the course. We're about to hit Wilde and Tausch Trivia, presented by Cousin Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Cousin Subs. National Sandwich Month is here. Cousins Club members earn exclusive rewards throughout August. Join now by downloading the Cousin Subs app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Let's welcome in our contestant. He is from one of my favorite places, DeForest, Wisconsin.
National Sandwich Month.
It's a whole month.
They got a whole month now for these national things. It's pretty cool.
It is David in DeForest. David, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Doing great. And you guys?
We are wonderful as we are at TPC Wisconsin. It's what does Tausch like to call these?
Chamber of
Commerce days.
Chamber
of Commerce beautiful
Day.
out here.
Yeah, gorgeous.
And the category is the Sports Weekend Recap. Question number 1, David, is this. Which MLB team acquired former Brewers ace Freddie Peralta in a trade with the New York Mets over the weekend? Was it the Atlanta Braves, the Tampa Bay Rays, or the Montreal Not All That Good Expos?
Oh, your delivery was fantastic there. That was great.
Did I mess that
Tampa
up?
Bay.
Yeah. It was Montreal Not All That Good Expos.
Cash should let you
Because
do
Freddie
that one.
Peralta's 4 runs, 4 innings in every clutch start he's ever had for the Brewers. I'm glad they did not make that.
Oh, is that what you were doing?
Montreal Not All That Good.
But the Expos don't exist.
Question 2, David.
Okay.
Which Brewers player was the only player to hit 2 home runs this weekend in Anaheim against the Los Angeles Angels, who Boomer and Athelstein was cheering on up north? Was it Bryce Terang, Jake Bowers, or Garrett Mitchell?
Jake Bowers.
Boom, 2 for 2. All right, David, question 3. Here we go. Which of these is not one of the names of the players the Dodgers are sending to the Tigers in the trade for Skubal? Is it Zaire Hope, River Ryan, or Brody Johnson?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh is right.
Taking a guess B.
River Ryan. That's a real person.
River Ryan is a real prospect. Zaire Hope is a real prospect. Brody Johnson is not one
Who's
of the
he?
players. He is made up. He was an amendment.
It's completely fictional?
Yes, because the other player in the trade was Brady Smith. So I turned Brady into Brody and
that
Smith
was
into
Montreal,
Johnson.
not that good.
Yeah, now you got it.
David, you got 2 out of 3. That means you got 3 of the possible 4 entries into Friday's drawing. We appreciate your loyalty to the show. Keep an eye on all things good in DeForest for me, and we'll play again soon, buddy. Thanks.
Will do. Yep, thank you. Bye.
That is Wilde and Tausch Trivia, presented by Cousin Subs. The golfers are headed out onto the TPC Wisconsin course. Hey, play where the pros play, right?
Must have been a pretty short welcome message from Jim Rutledge.
He's concise. He's a concise guy.
Quick and to the fact here. He's like, have fun. Let's go golf. All right. Thanks, Jim.
We will kick off the 11 o'clock hour. Jesse's going to circle back because he had a ton of texts, not just about tricycles, but also in reaction to the Brewers not getting Tarik Skubal that he was curating earlier. Plus, we want to get to the Wilde and Tausch Tournament of Champions trivia round. And, of course, an always rousing version of Woen. That's all still ahead in the 11 o'clock hour, which kicks off in 2 minutes. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've been telling you for a while now how much I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Well, how's this for a throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza, just $3. And a medium one-topping original stuffed crust pizza for just $10. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
This is Monte Ball.
Monte steps to the right, dashes, reaches, touchdown,
You listen to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison. This is Owen Dimple with your Sports Center update, brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. The Milwaukee Brewers couldn't complete the sweep in Los Angeles yesterday despite having Jacob Mizorowski pitch 7 innings with 10 strikeouts. It's the 10th game this season where the Miz collected at least 10 strikeouts, which is the most in a season by a Brewers pitcher. The crew struggled on offense to piece anything together, and all it took was a 2-run homer allowed by Miz for the Angels to win 3-0. Milwaukee finishes their West Coast road trip with a 3-3 record, and now the Brewers return home tonight to face the Pittsburgh Pirates. First pitch is scheduled for 6:40 p.m. right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers. But before first pitch tonight, the MLB trade deadline is at 5 p.m. Central Time. And will the Brewers add to the roster for an end-of-season push for a World Series? They already lost out on Tarik Skubal, who was traded to the Los Angeles Dodgers Saturday night. But still other names to keep an eye on. Head on over to ESPN.com to read all the latest trade deadline intel.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt? No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch, with Jesse Nelson in as our cousin sub of the day for Tausch, and Owen Dimple in as our cousin sub of the day for Jesse. We are live from TPC Wisconsin, where the golfers are on the course, and we are supporting a great cause in Paul's Party, which again, Jesse, it's I just, having learned more about what they're all about, it's just been so compelling for me because obviously I've done a lot of coaching in my youth, and once I had kids, and I actually coached some teams with kids that face some uphill battles as well, and this is just a great thing that they do.
Yeah, you can learn more, paulsparty.org. Paul's Party, the mission of helping kids get access to adaptive sports equipment. Learn more online, paulsparty.org. It tells you so much more about what their organization does. That's like the snapshot of it. But learn more about their stories, the people that they've helped over the years. And there's plenty of great events that they're part of year-round, including another one coming up later this month, Paulapalooza, going on August 30th. You can learn
it's
more
clever.
about
I love that.
So much happening. Check it out, paulsparty.org. And we are so thankful that we have partnered with Paul's Party here at ESPN Madison for this year's 2026 ESPN Madison Open. If you're watching along on the video stream, we've got that QR code up during our commercial breaks today. paulsparty.org. That's where you can find out everything
Hey, you got
going
a note
on.
about Paul.
I think I just got invited to Paulapalooza. That's August 30th.
Is that an invitation to him?
Sunday, August 30th.
Okay, that's very nice of you to include Jesse. That
Sunday,
doesn't always happen.
Sunday, August 30th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Wisconsin Brewing Company. That's out in like the Verona area.
They've got a raffle. I wonder if they maybe want to consider hiring you to help with the raffle.
Well,
I
guess
I know you're an auctioneer.
I'm auditioning today. We'll see how it goes. If I maybe that's part of the invitation. I haven't read the whole thing yet. Yeah.
Read the fine print. Well, it's a great cause that we support, and we're excited that they're part of the ESPN Madison Open today here at TPC Wisconsin. All right, so you were deluged with responses on the text portion of the Carb List Talking text line, because we listened. If you're listening in Madison, you listened to Owen give his Sports Center, and I would think after the trade deadline passes, and then there's more discussion tomorrow about what they did or didn't do, then we can just go back to focusing on what happens on the diamond.
Mm-hmm.
But there's still plenty of people thinking, boy, it would really be nice if there had been some upgrades.
Well, and there's still time. Like, I don't think there's a move the Brewers can make that would get people excited the way that bringing Tarik Skubal in would. I mean, that's like saying, well, they didn't get CC Sabathia, but they could still make another move. Like, obviously, it's not the same. The two-time Cy Young winner, he's very rarely ever going to be on the trade market, let alone the ability for the Brewers to get him. So set the expectations there. But there's still stuff the Brewers could do before 5 o'clock today, Central Time. That's the deadline. I think a proven starting pitcher with playoff experience would be a great addition, or a guy like Logan Webb from the San Francisco Giants, who are big-time sellers.
You are I don't know who Logan Webb is, but boy, are you excited.
He's
about
been a good pitcher. Logan Webb's been a good starting pitcher. He's been the best pitcher for the Giants for a couple of years now. And he's faced the Dodgers a bunch playing in the NL West. So he's got the understanding of what it takes to go up against them. He's been an ace on that staff. He's a guy that can go with Mizorowski. He's not Skubal, but he's good. And the Giants are looking to build for the future. We know that. So if that's someone that maybe you could get, you're not going to get the same return as Skubal, but if you have a chance to pay a little bit less and get good value on that, like deadline spur action today, maybe that's one we're looking at. So that's a guy I've got my eye on. I'm seeing what else is going on around Major League Baseball. Luis Arraez to the Phillies from the Giants earlier today was a big one. He's a really good second baseman, one of the best hitters in baseball. Barely ever strikes out, barely ever swings and misses, and now he's on the Phillies with the team that they've got. So
you were also underwhelmed by the Cubs acquisition, but I worry that your Cubs hatred colors your view.
A little. Kevin Gausman is a guy who has been a premier starting pitcher for the for the Toronto Blue Jays the last couple of years. Obviously, the Blue Jays took the Dodgers to Game 7 of the World Series last year and had multiple chances to beat them. So as good as the Dodgers are, as much of a juggernaut as they are, remember the Blue Jays had them last year.
They did?
In Game 7. And they just couldn't push the final run across in that amazing Game 7 last year. So it's not impossible for anybody to take down the Dodgers. The Blue Jays went toe-to-toe with them last year, and I think the Brewers are better than the Blue Jays this year. But yeah, Kevin Gausman to the Chicago Cubs definitely bolsters the Cubs starting rotation, which is something they desperately needed. So they looked at a position of need, they addressed it, they got better. The Braves got this Molly guy who shut down the...
This Molly guy.
Is it Will Molly or something? Hunter Molly, I don't know, M-A-H-L-E. I thought it was
Molly and Jim.
I thought it was Maley the entire time. Last week I was listening to the game on the drive home from Green Bay. It's Molly, apparently. All right, so he's good. He's 31 years old. He's going to the Braves, and he shut down the Brewers last week. So the Braves got better. The Phillies got better. Dodgers, of course, got better. The Brewers are like the only team right now that you can't say at the trade deadline they have gotten better. Now, they are the best team in baseball. So how much better do they need to get? I guess that's part of the question. That's what Matt Arnold and everybody is weighing here over the next several hours. I got a text here from Nick in Wanakee on the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin Talking text line. This was earlier in the show, but still pertinent now. The Dodgers getting Skubal hugely lowers the Brewers' incentive to trade away their prospects. No need to trade prospects so we can lose to the Dodgers in 5 instead of 4.
Well, that sounds like a polluted mindset, as Mike McCarthy might say.
Yeah, but is he right?
I don't know. You tell me. Is that how you view it now? Because you're a true believer. Like if you got another pitcher that could be that other guy when Miz isn't pitching, and then the other guys that, by the way, have been pretty darn good at times for this team. I understand not necessarily in a playoff series against the Dodgers, but like it's not they do, let's not forget, they do have the best record in baseball, which I understand does not give you a free pass to the World Series. But that says that they are a good baseball team.
If George Washington had that mindset in the 1770s, we probably wouldn't be celebrating America 250 this year.
Okay.
Am I wrong? Well,
Again, when is Tausch back?
Britain's got Ohtani. We got no chance. We might as well not.
You're the one who said that they got.
No need going to Lexington and Concord because they've got Freddie Freeman on the British naval roster there. They're too good.
I don't think he's wrong, but again, you just made the point about the Blue Jays. They
were
had
there
him on the ropes.
Yeah.
They lost Game 7 in extra innings.
So that's what I'm saying is we can't go into this with the loser's mentality of, well, the Dodgers got, think Wisconsin basketball 2015. Mm-hmm. That's the comp that I keep going back to. That's the best, closest to home example that I can think of, where everybody in the country that year was looking at Kentucky and they're thinking, man, that team's going to go undefeated. They're going to be the first team since Indiana 40 years ago to go undefeated, win the NCAA tournament. They just beat Wisconsin in the Final Four last year, but the Badgers had a plan, and all year long they wanted Kentucky when no one else did. And that's the way I feel as a Brewers fan here today, even still with the addition of Tarik Skubal. It was going to be hard already. It's going to be a little bit harder now. But I still want my best of 7 chance to go get the Dodgers and win the NLCS and get back to the World Series for the first time since '82.
And by the way, and I don't wish this on anybody, even teams that aren't our hometown team, but stuff happens. Stuff happens in baseball. Freak injuries happen. All kinds of things can happen, and we don't know how that's going to play out. So in the immortal words of Herm Edwards, you play to win the game. Mm-hmm. And if there's an opportunity where it does not, now again, what are you willing to give up? Does it affect what you might be willing to consider giving up in a trade? I would think it would. Matt, by the way, let's not forget Matt Arnold's really good at what he does. I understand that the Lance McCullers Jr. did not go particularly well, but generally speaking, he's pretty good at his job. So I'm going to give up. I'm going to believe that that's a possibility as well.
So Robin Michigan texted in, what's the one trade they could make today that would make you forget about Skubal? He actually said Scooby-Doo, which is kind of funny.
It's clever.
I don't know if that was an autocorrect or if that was actually the case.
I think he probably did that very cleverly.
There is not a trade that the Brewers can make today before 5 o'clock Central Time that would make me forget about Tarik Skubal. It's going to be impossible to forget about Tarik Skubal because he went to the team that we're directly in competition with for the best record in baseball and in the National League and we'll probably see in the playoffs. You're never going to forget about Skubal.
Don't you forget about Scoob.
I think doing nothing would be worst case scenario, and that's where if Matt Arnold or Mark Ananazio get to a podium and they say, we think we've got a contender and we're going to ride with this group, that is going to be where fans would start to lose it. So if they do something that gets the Brewers a player that is going to be a significant contributor over the next 3 months, I'm including October, that's not going to make me forget about Skubal, but it's going to make me at least have belief in the operation, that they know what they're doing and they've got a plan to get better before 5 o'clock this afternoon. They've got to get better. You can't do nothing. You got to get better. They've got these abundance of prospects. They're the best team in baseball. There's got to be a move. Somebody's got to be willing to part with a starting pitcher or reliever or something that you can get better before 5 o'clock today.
Yeah, and you were not hoping for a reunion with Freddie Peralta.
I was not. I'm glad he's in Tampa, and I wish him luck.
Okay, fair enough.
4 innings, 4 runs in the postseason. Good luck, Tampa.
A couple of updates from Packers practice from folks who are there. First of all, everyone's favorite right guard challenger, Jagger Burton, who missed some time earlier in camp with a hamstring injury, is back, but he is with the twos at left guard. Aaron Banks not doing team drills today, so at left guard it is Donovan Jennings. So there are some changes on the offensive line, but the starters are still the starters. There's just Zach Tom, or now known as Zach Bako Bawele.
We have to put a quarter in the jar every time.
I think that's
you
a great
and Tausch
idea.
And Bulaga
it's going to be a while.
Mistake.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear how many times Bulaga has to pronounce that. But that's really it. There are not a lot of changes, and they are, knock on wood, a healthy team. Tucker Kraft in pads as promised, although he will not be taking part in team periods. All right, before, Jesse, we hear from Old Boy on tape again, this time telling us about Jones Dairy Farm, we need to get ready for the Wilde and Tausch Trivia Tournament of Champions presented by Events by Design. What's today's matchup?
We are on to the quarterfinal round, which means these are the regional finals in our 4 brackets. So the same name region.
And you had a win to get to this round.
You did. Everybody here has
No
already
buys.
won a matchup. Yep, so round 2 for everyone. The same name region, winner goes to the semifinals. And we have Dan in Brothertown taking on Matt in West Bend.
All right, we will play that coming up next after Tausch tells us about Jones Dairy Farm, which I see has one of the raffle prizes set up over there. Great partner of ours, and obviously Tausch loves them, and so do we. Jones Dairy Farm from Tausch, after I tell you again that we are at the ESPN Madison Open at TPC Wisconsin. We're on a huge screen over there. Look at that.
Yeah, there we are.
I get a picture of that, baby. As it rolls on here from TPC Wisconsin in support of Paul's party. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Mark Tauscher here for Jones Dairy Farm in Fort Atkinson. Jones Dairy Farm has been family-owned and operated for 7 generations in Fort Atkinson, all the way back to 1889. And when you say Jones Dairy Farm, the first thing I think is sausage. They're best known for their all-natural sausage made from the original family recipe. It's available in pork, chicken, and turkey, and it's all made with fresh meat only, and it's all delicious. But you also can't think about Jones Dairy Farm without thinking bacon. It's life-changing. What makes it so special is that it's dry-aged for up to 3 weeks, which leads to intense flavor worth the wait. Jones Dairy Bacon is smoked with real cherry wood and hickory hardwood. Jones Dairy Farm also makes naturally smoked ham and Canadian bacon, Braunschweiger, and fully cooked meatballs. Visit the Jones Market, open Thursday through Saturday, just down the road from the Fireside Dinner Theater in Fort Atkinson. And find Jones products in grocery stores across Wisconsin. To make it easier, check the product finder on their website, jonesdairyfarm.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Dad, what do you do at work?
I help people protect what matters most. Hi, this is Jeffrey Beckman, owner at J&K Security Solutions. That's the mission behind J&K Security Solutions. Whether it's advanced surveillance, fire alarms, access control, or video monitoring, J&K helps businesses and families throughout southern Wisconsin stay secure.
Sounds pretty important.
It is. Visit jksecurity.com to learn more.
J&K Security Solutions, protecting what matters most in your life.
Mark Tauscher here, and whether you're chilling in the stands, cheering on your favorite baseball team in the summer, or keeping those mountains blue in the bleachers as the snow flies at a football game this winter, there's nothing better than watching your favorite team while enjoying an ice-cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold-activated bottles and cans turn blue, so when you know it's chilled to perfection, which, besides the cold, refreshing taste, it's my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Toon Landscaping difference. Since 1997, Olson Toon has been transforming outdoor spaces across Dane County. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and maintenance, they're your one team for everything outdoors, keeping your property looking its best year-round. With experienced professionals and a collaborative approach, every project is built around your vision. Ready to elevate your space? Let's get started. Head to olsontoon.com today.
People travel the world to collect Hard Rock shirts, and Hard Rock Casino Rockford is going to give the people what they want. Get in on the action at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where all new Unity card signups receive an official Hard Rock shirt, plus free play to kickstart a winning streak. Whether you're spinning the slots or playing the tables, you'll be dressed for success. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's Hard Rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is tough, so Metro Ford of Madison makes it easy with mobile service. Metro Ford will come directly to you, home, office, wherever your day takes you. Their Ford-certified techs handle oil changes, filters, batteries, wipers, inspections, and more, all without a visit to the dealership. You stay on schedule, we'll take care of the rest. Call 608-246-3600 today to book your mobile service appointment, and let service come to you. That's Metro Ford of Madison. Visit them at metrofordofmadison.com.
When your car needs care, trust the team that treats it like their own. Conant Automotive in Stoughton. From oil changes and brakes to engine diagnostics and major repairs, their ASE certified technicians deliver honest, reliable service you can count on. Plus, they offer loaner vehicles and convenient after-hours drop-off to fit your schedule. Serving the Stoughton area since 2006, trust the local brand that's built a reputation for dependable auto repair. Visit Conant Automotive on Highway 51 in Stoughton or learn more at ConantAuto.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
The Tournament of Champions continues. We reached the regional finals in the same name region for the Wilde and Tausch Trivia Tournament of Champions presented by Events by Design.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary presented by Steinhoffels. Nostalgia?
It's the best sports show in the state. It has been since 2016. It will continue to be. It's not even remotely close.
Appreciation.
I'm happy that with our partners and with our fans, we're able to kind of celebrate this.
Fun.
It's clear that you guys have done an unbelievable job of appealing to fans, partners, not as much teammates.
And competition.
The greatest of all time.
16 champions enter, but only one will achieve true greatness. This is the Wilde and Tausch Trivia Tournament of Champions, brought to you by Events by Design. For over 25 years, Events by Design has helped organizations create seamless, unforgettable events that leave a lasting impression. Search online Events by Design. We design, you party.
It is the Tournament of Champions. We welcome in our champions. Jesse, you're going to do the coin flip. I don't want that responsibility.
You're running out of opportunities to have the responsibility. I thought maybe you'd want it, but
no, I'm good. I'm not much of a coin flipper. All right, we welcome in our contestants. They are Dan in Brothertown. Coach, how are you?
Doing good, Jason. How are you doing, man?
Did you guys survive the tornado without too much damage?
We didn't get much here, but my son lives in Menasha, and his house got hit pretty hard.
Yeah,
but he was home. He was home, but he was in the basement. I asked him. I said, "Does it actually sound like a freight train?" He said, "Yes."
Wow. I wish he wasn't able to answer that question and didn't know what the answer was. Let's welcome in our other contestant. It is Matt in West Bend. Matt, good morning. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're great. All right, Jesse. Who gets the you just flip it? How does this work?
We're going to assign. So Dan in Brothertown gets the NFL draft insignia. That means Matt in West Bend gets Packers give back. This is my big coin ball marker that I purchased at the NFL draft.
Biggest
with my
ball
golf
marker
balls
ever
last year. Good toss. Thank you very much. And it is tails. Matt and West
Never
Bend.
fails.
You get the choice. Do you want to go first or second? And do you want Jason's questions or mine?
I'll go first, and me and Jason did it last time. Let's try it again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I feel like people who have taken my questions have not advanced. I'm trying to think of how many winners in opening round play had me. All right, so question number 1, Matt, in the category of Badgers trivia is this. Who was the head coach of the opposing team the last time the Wisconsin Badgers played in a bowl game? The ReliaQuest Bowl at the end of the 2023 college football season. And I notice it doesn't even say what team it was, and I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so was that coach Brian Kelly, Herm Edwards, or Woody, those were the days, Hayes?
Oh. Was it? Wait, they played Herm Edwards, but I think that was Arizona. We'll go A.
Brian Kelly was the coach of
the LSU Tigers.
That was after he'd left Notre Dame, where his Notre Dame Fighting Irish will be playing at Lambeau Field in a few weeks from his days there. All right. It was that sounded more difficult than...
Well, this is the Tournament of Champions,
the Champions
quarterfinals.
Yeah, you're right about that.
We don't mess around here. Dan in Brothertown, you get my questions. Good luck to you, Coach. Here we go. Question 1.
Oh, boy.
In the category of song lyrics, I'm glad everyone is now out on the course and they don't have to listen to this in person. Finish these lyrics to the Backstreet Boys classic. You are my fire, the one. Is it Desire, Inspired, or Town Crier?
Desire.
Tell me why Dan in Brothertown got the first right.
Dan, you were probably coaching high schoolers that were singing this song in the locker room. Well, maybe not before games, but I'm not surprised you got this. Well done.
It's a jam.
It's kind of more of a sappy song.
I never wanna hear you sing.
I never want to hear you sing. Question 2, Matt, is this. Which of these teams is not participating in the Hall of Fame game this Thursday night, kicking off the NFL's preseason in Canton, Ohio? So the matchup includes 2 of these 3 teams. Which one is not part of it? Is it the Carolina Panthers, the New Orleans Saints, or the Arizona Cardinals?
I do not know this. I'm guessing. I'll say the Saints.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Matt, you're 2 for 2. Way to pull a Saint out of a hat.
Wow.
I'll be honest. I knew the Carolina Panthers were playing in it, and another one of my friends works for the Cardinals, so they're going to see each other. But I did not know the other team, so I would have probably guessed the Saints as well. All right,
Packers haven't been invited back to play in that game since the big paint fiasco of 15 or 16.
I'm okay with that. They didn't even get invited when it was Sterling Sharp going into the Hall or Leroy Butler, so I'm fine with that.
It's pretty surprising.
All right, Dan. Dan's up.
Dan, need this one to stay toe-to-toe with Matt and West Bend. Question number 2 in the category Packers trivia. In addition to Tramon Williams, which of these players was also inducted into the Packers Hall of Fame class of 2026 late last week?
Earl Dodson.
Was that player? Oh, wow.
Way to... Jesse thought he was really sneaky because he put Gilbert Brown and Santana Dotson in. I think he was thinking, Well, he's going to think it's one Dotson, but maybe he's going to fall for the defensive tackle part of it.
And I believe that is the first time in the Trivia Tournament of Champions that someone has gone without getting the options and jumped the gun to get it right. So, well done, Dan. You get no extra points. But we are tied 2-2 with one question left.
All right, Matt, I'm not going to lie to you, buddy.
These are hard.
I'm nervous for you because even though I love Dan and Brothertown like a great uncle that I don't have, I want to see my person who's answering my questions do well, and I'm worried for you on this one. I have no idea what the answer was supposed to be or will be. It's in the category of Wisconsin geography. Which of these unincorporated communities is located east of Fort Atkinson? Okay?
This is the toughest question of the tournament so far.
Why'd you write it then?
Because it's a toughie. These are the champions.
All right, Matt, we shall overcome, buddy.
All right.
Which of these unincorporated communities is located east of Fort Atkinson? Is it Hebron, Busseyville, or London? I just heard Riley out say, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, I know. Oh my God! You should have West End.
That's exactly. Nice. That would have helped you.
Let's do London. No, yeah, we'll go with London.
That is a tough break for
Got
Matt.
me. You got me, Jelly.
Yeah, I would be tapping my helmet if I were you. The correct answer is Hebron, which I didn't even know that existed.
East of Fort Atkinson, northwest of Palmyra, where you can find.
Of course, northwest
Hebron.
of Eagle Palmyra. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Big opportunity here for Dan and Brothertown.
Dan for the win. In the category U.S. presidents.
Oh, Jesus.
Who served as President of the United States from 1963 to 1969? Was that Lyndon B. Johnson, Richard Nixon, or Gerald Ford?
Lyndon B. Johnson.
And with that, Dan in Brothertown advances to the semifinals of the Wilde and Tausch Trivia Tournament
Everyone
of Champions.
knows when JFK was assassinated, so 1963 is a dead giveaway. Pun not intended. Dan, I don't want to rain on your victory. So give me a moment. Matt. I'm sorry, buddy.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, that's a win. Yes, age ain't nothing but a number, but it helps you in trivia from time to time. Matt, I'm going to say goodbye to you. You are a valiant champion. You got hosed on the third question. Hebron, come on. Come on, Hebron.
You'll always know it now.
Yes, if you want to, I'm sure they've got a nice little coffee shop there. You can swing by into that unincorporated town that is east of Fort Atkinson. Matt, we appreciate your loyalty to the show and hell of a run that ended with a questionable official's decision. I'm sorry, buddy.
That's okay. Dan, I'm glad your son's okay. And I don't know if Dunzo made the trip, but if he could walk me out, that would be great.
Sorry, Matt. You're Dunzo. We'll see you for the after party in the unincorporated village of Hebron.
Well, Matt, goodbye. Hello. What, semifinals?
Semifinals for Dan and Brothertown.
Coach.
Wow.
Congratulations. What a victory. We are excited for you, and we are excited as this competition rolls on. Well done today, buddy, and keep on trucking.
Yeah,
well done.
A quick shout out to Matt. Thank you, Matt. Tell Matt thank you. Appreciate his concern for my son. That was very nice.
That was indeed, and we are
good sportsmanship here in the same name region.
That's what we that's us. That's what we're about here on Wilde and Tausch. Great sportsmanship and somewhat unfair questions. All right, Dan. Good luck in the semifinals. We appreciate you, buddy. Thanks.
Thank you, guys. You take care.
You know, Dan's had a killer competition so far because he took out Dan in Cambria in the opening round, and then he got this one right to move on because he knew when JFK was assassinated.
Yeah, it's true. So. You're right.
I'd watch out for whoever's next.
All right, so that is Wilde and Tausch Tournament of Champions Trivia presented by Events by Design. All right, close your eyes for a second. Unless you're driving and listening to the show in the car, then don't. Imagine hosting an event where you don't have to check your phone or put out a single fire. The curated music, immersive lighting, a welcoming atmosphere, everything comes together seamlessly. The guests are smiling, the conversations are flowing, and you're not worried about what's happening behind the scenes. Events by Design will handle the planning, the production, and every detail that will make your next event unforgettable. So you can focus on your guests instead of your to-do list. So get started today. Just search online, Events by Design. That's Events by Design. They design, you party. We party with Owen with Wowen. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Well, I've been telling you for a while now how much I love Pizza Hut, going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Well, how's this for a throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza for just $3. And a medium one-topping original stuffed crust pizza, just $10. Take a look for yourself to find more deals on 2-liter soda, breadsticks, and much, much more. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order online at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app to find more about this and a bunch of other great deals. The Throwback Value Menu, only at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks in a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, by UW Credit Union, and by Events by Design.
Paul Hansen here, founder of Iron Jock. Worried about the heat this summer? Don't sweat it. Our gear is made for real life. Iron Jock apparel combines moisture wicking with superior cooling and advanced odor-fighting silver ion technology that eliminates 99.9% of odor causing bacteria, so you are fresh for whatever's next. Our focus is simple. Make apparel that performs hard no matter where you are or what you are doing. Visit us at ironjock.com to experience the difference.
Baseball season is in full swing, and there's only one way to celebrate, with a Surfside iced tea and vodka or a Surfside lemonade and vodka. Smooth, refreshing, and made for game day. Surfside is the perfect match for a day at the ballpark or catching the game at home. Surfside is only 100 calories with 0 bubbles, so it goes down easy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple of years? Well, maybe one is coming up. The sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, or helping to pay for college or a wedding. Well, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events, but planning for them can make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
The NFL is back.
The Packers have got to get off to a fast start, and it has to be Jordan Love as the catalyst.
Tune in for your green and gold coverage all Packers season right here on the ESPN Wisconsin app and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Per Wes Hodkowitz, who was at the first padded practice of camp, Jordan Love just threw his first interception of camp. Sailing one past Jaden Reed and into the waiting arms of Xavier McKinney.
McKinney, all right.
He's been known to intercept a pass or two.
So anytime there's an interception, like everyone assumes like bad job by the quarterback, or is it good job by
no
the
one assumes
defense?
that. There's lots of things that could be that. Could be a great job by the defense. Could be a mistake by the route runner.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that go into it, Jesse, but since I'm not there, I don't know what happened.
Well,
sounds to me like he sailed the ball, though.
Even if you are there, you tell us, well, it could have been one or the other. Like, it doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah, but I could ask Jordan Love about it afterward. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe he'll explain. I don't know if he's scheduled to speak with us today or later in the week, but nevertheless, there's your big highlight from practice, Xavier McKinney with an interception. Time now for what we usually call Whoa Nelly, but instead it's Whoa When.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
I know we talked earlier about what areas of transportation could have brakes. Going back to Tucker Kraft's analogy with the tricycle. I wonder if most scooters have brakes. Have you guys heard what happened to Harrison Bader over the past couple days?
I have not.
No.
So Harrison Bader, outfielder for the San Francisco Giants.
High socks guy. Where's high socks?
Stirrups. I think that's
Stirrups.
Yep, that's the official name for it.
I've heard it both ways, Owen.
All right. Anyway, he hasn't played.
How's this going for you, Owen, so far with these interruptions? Is that good? Working for you?
I see why you get frustrated, Jason.
Thank you. Welcome to my world. All right, now, silence, Earthlings. Owen is talking.
So, Bader hasn't played since end of May. He's been dealing with plantar fasciitis injury on his foot. He goes through another foot injury, and it's reported because of a scooter incident where he crashed into a parked fire truck, and the wheel of which then rolled over his foot, causing major injury. The same foot that he already had an injury on. Already a crazy headline. You can put it up there with some of the other wacky injuries in sports. I think of baseball as always the one that has the wackiest of injuries. But what
Didn't Jeff Kent crash his motorcycle, but he claimed he fell out of his truck while he was washing it? I think that was his with the Giants. I think that I know this story now because I saw people comparing it because they both happen to Giants players.
Yes. But what if I told you that this is not the first instance of Bader crashing a scooter and causing injury to himself?
I kind of like that what if I told you. It's kind of like a 30 for 30 with Owen.
Yes. He did this back in 2014 when he was part of the University of Florida Gator baseball program, where he was then suspended for 19 games. At what point do you just not touch a scooter ever again?
Wait, was he suspended for crashing the scooter?
It just said he was suspended for 19 games after the incident of crashing the scooter in Florida.
Wow. So it could have been a couple of different things involved. I think any student at the University of Florida crashing a scooter and then being suspended 19 games for whatever could have been a couple of different things involved.
I gotcha.
With that incident. I've never been a scooter guy. Back when I was a kid,
You kind of reminded me of Scooter from The Muppet Show, though.
I think that's a compliment. I'm going to choose to take it as one.
Okay.
Back in the day, when I was growing up on the mean streets of Muskego, there were some of my friends that all had like the Razor scooters, and they were all scooting around the subdivision. I was always a bike guy. I always liked having my two wheels and plopping on the seat and not doing the whole scooter thing. Felt like too much work. Like I'd even rather have a skateboard than a scooter. So I'm gonna Harrison Bader should have known, even as a wee lad at Florida in 2014, if he's crashing the scooter back then, probably don't do that again. You got lucky that you got a second chance and made it to the major leagues and have had this great run in a career that's spanned about a decade. You shouldn't be crashing a scooter, especially at that age.
Do we know what kind of there's scooter like the old Sprees that Tausch used to drive to class on the University of Wisconsin Madison campus? Then there's the scooter you're talking about. I've also seen these motorized scooters that are that style of scooter that you were pushing with your leg that are now motorized e-scooters, if you will.
Yep.
Do we know what
a lot of those in our
Mr. Bader was touring?
It doesn't say, but I'm willing to bet it was one of those e-scooters because just think, it moved the wheel of a fire truck to then go over his foot. So there must have been some horsepower in the scooter.
Add a little juice to it, yeah. Harrison Bader should know better. That's the moral of the story. You're a veteran in Major League Baseball. Don't be making a silly mistake driving a scooter. But also the Giants stink, and he probably was okay taking the rest of the year off. Probably not in that way. That's my guess.
Whoa, Owen.
Whoa, Nelly! Last one for you guys. I can't help but think that I just don't know how many baseball games, or if any baseball games, are going to be played in 2027 next year, just with the whole CBA disagreement between the owners and the players' union. I'm going to set a line at 99.5 MLB games. Are you guys taking the over or under on games played next season for the MLB season?
Jesse, I'm not well versed in this enough to be able to make a guess.
99.5 would mean that's...
it's missing about two-ish months.
So we're saying like sometime in June we get started. Okay, the optimist in me would love... I can't imagine getting to 4th of July without having baseball. But it sounds like they are nowhere close to an agreement on this and that this thing's going to be a disaster. So I actually envision their calendar next year could look more like what it did for that COVID season where they played like 60 games.
Yes.
And I think they started the last week of July. So I'm going to say, regrettably, and I hope I'm wrong for a lot of reasons, less than 99.5 games.
I'm going to say more because I'm a cockeyed optimist who thinks they're going to say, you know what, for the best of baseball, we need a salary cap, and it's going to happen, and they're going to figure out a way to placate the Players Association, and I'm probably wrong.
Whoa, Nelly!
Oh, that was a good one. I like that one. I also I love our friends at Associated Bank. They've been such great partners with us from the very beginning. I got to see Heidi and Laura Rose was there. All the people that have been so great to me since we had them as a partner and since I've been a customer, and I'm just so appreciative of their support of our show. We've got some new things coming up with Packers checking. We got some new things coming up with Badgers checking. But right now, it's the heart of Brewers season, and if you have Brewers checking, you know all the great perks that come with it. Up to 50% off on tickets to select home games. 20% off at the Brewers team store. You can save on your registration for the Brewers Baseball Academy and for the famous Racing Sausages 5K and 10K. And, of course, you can go through the Associated Bank entrance at AmFam Field so you can skip the long lines and tailgate a little bit longer. All that and more comes with being an Associated Bank Brewers checking customer. So make the switch today. Go to associatedbank.com/brewers to find out more. We'll wrap things up live from TPC Wisconsin and the ESPN Madison Open in support of Paul's party. It's Wilde and Tausch.
The NFL is back.
You may have Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, and Tucker Kraft all together for the first time since 2024.
Tune in for your green and gold coverage all Packers season right here on the ESPN Wisconsin app and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by the ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Available in the Apple and Android app stores. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today. We are just over a month away from the return of Badgers football, and ESPN's Adam Rittenberg believes if Wisconsin is to have success this season, they need to survive September.
That they can take a step. I think the challenge for them is going to be, can they survive September? To me, it's the toughest month of the year in opposition. Unfortunately, the best chance for injuries and things that can kind of linger if they don't go well. So can you get through September in a decent position and then take advantage of a fairly favorable slate the rest of the way?
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Mark Tausch here, and you know I love a smart play from the pocket. That's why I joined UW Credit Union. With their mobile banking app, I can make smart plays from anywhere. And with rewards checking perks like early payday, I score my money sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and make the smart play by becoming a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Dealing with storm damage? That's never fun. That's why homeowners are turning to Everlight Solar for roofing and exterior repairs done right. They handle the entire process, from insurance claims to fixing your roof with one trusted team. Less stress, faster solutions, and a home that stays protected from the elements. If your roof took a hit, Everlight's got you covered. Visit everlightroofing.com to get started today. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Henningsen with Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic. I specialize in joint pain and joint pain surgery, specifically hip and knee replacement, including second-time surgery for hip and knee replacement.
Learn more at orthoteam.com.
It's a big year for Luke Fickell.
There's a heightened awareness as we roll into fall camp. That first game in particular is something we've got to be incredibly ready for.
Find Fickell's full interview with Wilde and Tausch, available on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Come on!
the Brewers giving up 2 or 3 top 100 prospects from their minor league system is not the same as the Dodgers giving up 2 or 3 top 100 prospects from their system. Even though it's not 2 of the best, the Brewers giving that up, they don't have the resources to replenish and replace the way that the Dodgers do.
What a great take from Jesse Nelson on our social media channels right now.
Clip of the day.
Are you excited? You get a lot of. I know you were always chasing attention.
Stardom,
on social media.
Felt like it could have been a little longer. Felt like I had some more elaborate points.
You talked for a long time.
Yeah, I thought I laid out some pretty good stuff there. You know, I'd like to thank everyone for putting up with me for the better part of 4 weeks. I am no longer going to be hosting
some of us more than others.
This program. We have a great lineup of Cousins subs scheduled to appear over the next 4 days. Tausch is back next week. 10th anniversary show on Saturday morning, 9 to noon, reliving 10 great years of Wilde and Tausch. My hosting days on this show are now over.
Well, they're not over. Like, there'll be other days where you'll be hosting, and but
someday.
Just not this week.
Not in the foreseeable future.
So who do we have coming up? Who's scheduled to appear?
All right, so we've got Alex Strofe in for one more day. I forgot if that's tomorrow or Thursday, to be honest with you.
Sure.
We've got John Anderson in a little bit later this week. Brian Bulaga for a full show on Wednesday.
Nice.
There's
You're
one.
Missing one.
Yeah, I'm missing one. Who is the
Justin Garcia?
I don't think so.
This is in your purview. You don't know.
Well, no, I don't.
Mystery guest.
One day at a time, Jason. I don't know who's going to be on the Brewers in 6 hours, let alone who's going to be on this show in 12.
I know who won't be. All right, that's it for us today. Thanks again to everybody who's supported the ESPN Madison Open here at TPC Wisconsin. Again, don't forget to support Paul's Party. You can go to paulsparty.org to find out more about that great cause. That's it for us today. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin